90 FM.
The Jamaican star shines bright once again.
Live here halfway through the Olympic finals.
This summer, Nationwide 90 FM is coming in hot.
Jamaica to the Blacks!
Nationwide 90 FM will be blazing as we bring you the games of the 33rd Olympiad live from the French capital, Paris. 16 fantastic days of competition in 41 sports.
Noveline Williams-Mills coming, with Rory flapping, her arms are waving, and Noveline Williams-Mills coming through for Jamaica's goal.
The station will bring you analysis and live coverage from the opening day of competition, Friday, July 26th to the very last day of action on Sunday, August 11th.
Hands up, Parchment! Let's go! Oh, what a run!
Everything and anything Paris Olympic Games 2024 can be heard right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
It is a glittering goal for Sharika Jackson, and how they will celebrate that back in Jamaica.
We'll capture the spirit of athleticism. We'll narrate the Olympic fever, define thrilling moments, and report on the blood, sweat, and tears of the world's greatest athletes. Nationwide 90 FM is going to the Paris Olympic Games, and we're taking you with us. Tune into Nationwide 90.3, 90.5, 90.7 and 90.9 for live updates and commentary. We'll be giving the listeners a front row seat to witness excitement, triumph and memories.
And I think it was a clean sweep for the Jamaicans.
Stay tuned to Nationwide 90 FM 24/7. Experience the Paris Olympic Games 2024 right here on the Revolution in Media Nationwide 90 FM, your Olympic Center. Exclusively on Nationwide 90 FM.
Okay, good afternoon. It's Saturday, March 9, 2024. If you bowl it, we'll hit it for 6. If you pass it, we'll score it. Give us a pool, we'll dive in. And as fast as the starters gun fires, we're at that finish line. I'm Alex Fabian. With me is
Teniel Mullings.
This is Sports Nation Live on Nationwide 90 FM, nationwidereaderjames.com, and Flow Channel 916. You can also tune into our program live on our YouTube channel, Nationwide 90 FM. And remember to like, subscribe, and share our content. Coming up, we have another packed and exciting show lineup for you. We'll be talking track and field, swimming, and much more. But first, an athletics lesson from 1 Corinthians 9, verse 24.
1 Corinthians 9, verse 24. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Did you notice when reading this verse that it doesn't say you must win or you will win? It is actually telling us that the kind of effort and dedication victory requires. Competing with integrity is the key here. Anyone can cheat and win, but what does that do us morally? It's not about winning at all costs or abandoning your values to do anything it takes to win. This is telling us we need to perform at our absolute best and have the self-discipline to compete in a focused, well-practiced, and strategic manner. If we do that, we will perform in such a way that will be nearly impossible to beat. Will we get beat sometimes? Absolutely. However, in performing with honor, we can feel victorious even in a loss.
Okay, so that was our athletics lesson from 1 Corinthians 9, verse 24.
We now move to our feature, You Just Had to Be There. And we're going to relive Karika Hill leading Jamaica to a 1-2 finish in the 100-meter hurdles final at the World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Cali in 2022.
The yellow there, Sport from the right, Caretha Hill, she's met that hurdle well, but at the moment I'd say James maybe just ahead, but now Hill is coming through. Todd in between them is also having a fantastic run, but it's Hill who's away. Hill takes the title. It's a 1-2 for Jamaica. James comes through for silver, Todd there for bronze for Hungary. Wonderful run from her, and look at the time, 12.77. It is a championship record.
That was our feature, You Just Had to Be There. Karika Hill leading Jamaica to a 1-2 finish with Miss James in the 100-meter hurdles final at the World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Cali in 2022.
Okay, so there you have it, or feature You Just Had to Be There. And Teniel, it has been a long time, so I guess you just wanted to be here.
Yes, I just had to be here, Alric.
Most definitely.
Happy to be here as well.
We're happy to have you. With that, we take a quick break and we'll come back with more here on Sports Nation Live.
Attorneys at law, realtors, commissioned land surveyors, and financial professionals. Register for the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority's inaugural SEZ Unplugged workshop, a roadmap to maximizing your investments. Experience this workshop in 3 sessions from February 15 to March 13. Topics include legal and commercial requirements, making SEZ projects bankable, and SEZ investing in Jamaica. The first session begins February 15, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Courtyard by Marriott. Pay $5,000 and receive a meal and course materials. Limited space is available. Register today at jeza.com. That's JSEZA.com.
For over 30 years, Chris and Charles has been financing your goals, dreams, creating your great moments. Celebrate the occasion with us. Borrow $1 million, pay less than $25,000 monthly, and get 30% off your processing fees. No guarantor needed. Call 876-920-4189 or WhatsApp 876-838-9028. Conditions apply. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles.
Bun to me cheese, bun to me cheese. Give me yummy. Bun to me cheese, bun to me cheese. Give me yummy. Don't stop at just a one slice, please. No other bun, perfect for me. Yummy. For real Jamaican flavor and quality for sure this Easter. Make yummy the bun to your cheese. Yummy. Give me yummy. Yummy. Give me yummy. For the Easter. Yummy bun Zeta. Yummy for me family. Yummy for me, sir. Bun to me cheese, bun to me cheese. Give me yummy. Bun to me cheese. Bun to me cheese. Best bun. Give me yummy.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome back to Sports Nation Live. I'm Alric Straby. With me are Tennille Mullins in studio and Andrew Boogs Anderson on the other side of the glass, my technical operator / production assistant. And out in the field is Wayne Walker. Wayne, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Alric. Well, I'm here at the GC Foster College in Catherine, and I'm here looking at the GC Foster Classic for 2024. A decent turnout as usual. The event has been blessed with bright sunshine. The breeze is still. I mean, every now and again it fluctuates, but generally still. And it's been a fine afternoon of track and field. It started in the morning, of course, and now we're in the afternoon heading into the closing stages of the meet. There's going to be some senior runners who are going to be in action and getting ready to run as well. So there's still some ways to go here at GC Foster College at a classic. And a number of the high schools who want to treat this as, if not the final, as one of the final opportunities to get themselves in shape for the Boys and Girls Athletics Championship to start on March 19 and goes right away to the 23rd at the National Stadium. Obviously, the director of the GC College, Patrick Chester, working here with me. I think he's also director, McCarthy, apologies. I think he's also director for athletics here at the school as well. And we're going to have a quick chat with him just to sort of get an insight into what has gone on so far here at GC Sports. Good afternoon, and thanks so much for stopping by.
No problem at all. My pleasure.
All right, it's just another successful GC Sports Classic apparently is in our midst at the moment. Of course, sponsored by Adidas. It's documented that. But just give me an insight into what has gone on so far.
All right, so far we are looking to the close of the junior section, where we had over 2,000 athletes participating up to this point. And we've done a great job, I think. Getting all these events rolled out, 1,000 athletes doing the 200 meters, right, getting ready for camp, that kind of thing, and a number of other events, including field events on the junior side, because we are helping these athletes to get their last opportunity to qualify for the Boys and Girls.
I want to combination between I've been talking to you for years. I don't even know how I didn't call it just like crack, I've been talking to you home with this. We have a good idea of anybody else to sort of judge what we've seen so far.
Yeah, we've seen some good competition, but I haven't been checking on times and that kind of thing because I have a much larger responsibility in terms of managing the entire meet. So I have 2 other persons out there managing track operations while I'm managing the entire operations here on the ground. So I haven't really been doing much checking in terms of what time, what distances, that kind of thing. But the sentiments have been coming back that we're doing well so far. We have a big crowd on hand, and the athletes are feeling good and getting their time and distances. So we're pleased with that.
Yeah, I understand, because when I asked you the person, someone said to me, he thought he has so much to do with the role that he's playing here. But let me ask you though, I saw on Spartus now, I'm not sure if he's going to be running because he looks like he was in cheap clothes, but who are some of the big names that come a little later?
be honest, I have not really gone through I know we have MVP, we have GC Foster College, we have UTEC here, and a number of other clubs, because we actually had 137 teams and clubs and institutions registered to run at the event plus unattached athletes. But I did not really take the time to go through the data because, yes, because that's just been so much. But Adidas will be streaming the entire senior sector, so it's going to be all over the world in a little bit.
All right. I'm quite right with you because you've got the facilities here. It's not becoming the epicenter of something field in Jamaica.
In a sense, because we've been doing more news here, and we are strengthening the needs that we do here at the DC Foster College, because we should be the mecca of sport development in Jamaica, not just in terms of training the coaches to send out in the high school system and primary school system, but in terms of how we roll out, how we put on a show when we do a tracking and that kind of thing.
Another thing that I'm interested in, I came here the other day to the symposium, and one of the things that I was telling some of my colleagues, and people spoke on already, the public focus facility here, it looks brilliant. It really looks brilliant. Is it hard work to keep going to traction with the facilities that you have having to do with sports,
Well, it's extremely hard work, but we must live our cap to our principal, because he's a stickler for how the campus looks. So I can certainly tell you without reservation, and any member of staff will tell you, that is something that the principal pays very, very close attention to, is in terms of how the facilities look, how the campus look, the look and feel when you come here. But it's different each time. He's always saying that.
Yeah, it is something that I'm interested in, and I have to point it out. But let me go back to the meeting itself. You've got overseas athletes here.
Yes, we do. We have athletes performing out of Trinidad, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I think there are a few other entrants, but those two are typically equal. Right? And we do have foreign-based athletes here at the DC Foster College who will be running on the World Cup banner and also under the college.
Yeah. It seems to me that you're forging a closer relationship with Trinidad, because when I was at the symposium, something was talked about the championship project.
Well, I can tell you, certainly a relationship is being built with the DC Foster College, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago. Right, we had a team from the DC Foster College going to Trinidad in the summer for Greece, and we've had Minister Cudjoe meeting here with us at the DC Foster College on 3 different occasions. And she's coming back for Boys and Girls Camp this year, and she'll be meeting with us again.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. All right, Mr. McCarthy, it just seems that you've got brilliantly.
I definitely want to pick up the sponsors, especially Adidas and Electrical and Construction with Kingston. They are our 3 main sponsors. Then we have other sponsors like K-Ban, who came on board for this week at a late stage. We have Lucinco, Jambisco. They have been on board with us for the past 2 years, and they are some of the key entities. But there are a number of other supporting sponsors, including GC Foster volleyball team, Sean Young, Lillian, Ashman Food, and a few others that are not coming to mind just now. But I just want to say a big thank you to the sponsors, and in particular, Mr. Derry from Place Electrical and Construction Company out of the Spanish Town area.
Yeah, we're only too happy to allow you to do that, because yes, we're media people and we remain impartial, but at the same time with a role as well to ensure that something like this not continues.
Yes, because definitely a meet like this of this magnitude could not happen without significant sponsors. And so we are really, really very grateful here at the DC Foster College for the opportunity to say a big thank you to us.
Okay, thanks again, Chester. All the best to you for the rest of the championship.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's Chester McCarthy. Meet directly here at the GC Foster College. Here at the GC Foster College.
Okay, so that was Wayne Walker over there at the GC Foster Classic at GC Foster. We apologize for the audio there. It wasn't the clearest, so when next we speak with him, we'll have all of that rectified. So we apologize for the poor audio quality. But that's what's happening over there at GC Foster Classics. Sounds like it's very exciting. A lot of records or fast times being run by the athletes.
Yes, and a lot of athletes seem to be out to get their times in for champs. So yes.
Yes, because this is like one of the last set of opportunities for these athletes to book a spot at the Boys and Girls ISSA Championships, one of the biggest, if not the biggest,
high school championships.
Well, the biggest track and field competition in Jamaica.
Yes.
I don't know any other that rivals it in terms of crowd support.
Yes, and reach. And it's 10 days away, so yes, I understand that a lot of athletes are, because you said you had so many entries for the 200 entries, so yeah, I can imagine a lot of athletes want to get in their time to be able to run on the big stage at champs.
You can understand so many athletes want to, since as Jamaica is the sprint city, so
and sprint capital, yeah.
A lot of athletes will want to make their mark, and because champs is like the graduation ceremony for a lot of our athletes.
Yes, it really marks a turning point, and it provides them with a platform that they need to go on to bigger and better things on the international stage.
True. Okay, with that, we take a quick break and we come back with more here on Sports Nation Live.
Come to Frame Art Jamaica Limited for your one-stop framing, graphic design, and printing needs. We frame photos, certificates, paintings, t-shirts, and so much more. We print banners and print on canvas. You can also get high-quality prints and framing done in a quick turnaround time to fit your budget. Visit Frame Arts Jamaica at 22C Old Hope Road, Kingston 5, Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call us at 876-929-3058 or visit us at info@frameartjamaica.com. Serving you for more than 30 years.
Bun to me cheese, give me yummy. Bun to me cheese, give me yummy. Don't stop at just a one slice, please. No other bun, perfect for me. Yummy. For real Jamaican flavor and quality for sure this Easter. Make yummy the bun to your cheese. Yummy. Give me yummy, give me yummy. For the Easter, yummy bun zeta. Yummy for me family, yummy for me sir. Bun to me cheese, give me yummy. Bun to me cheese, best bun. Give me yummy.
But is this real? Hey Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger. Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in one day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato. Suene.
Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs, let's supercharge your brand.
As we grow older, there are many challenges that we have to confront, but these years can represent the best in our lives. Coming of Age during Nationwide This Morning on Thursdays explores issues persons 50 and over confront. It also provides expert opinions on how we can improve the quality of our lives as we get older. That's Coming of Age, this and every Thursday during Nationwide This Morning at 6:51 a.m.
The Olympic Games 2024 live from Paris in France, exclusively on Nationwide 90 FM.
The Jamaican star shines bright once again.
Live here halfway through the Olympic finals.
This summer, Nationwide 90 FM is coming in hot.
Jamaica to the Blacks!
Nationwide 90 FM will be blazing as we bring you the games of the 33rd Olympiad live from the French capital, Paris. 16 fantastic days of competition in 41 sports.
Lovely Williams bells coming, the glory flapping, hurrah
The station will bring you analysis and live coverage from the opening day of competition, Friday, July 26th to the very last day of action on Sunday, August 11th.
Hands up, Parchment! Let's go! Oh, what a run!
Everything and anything Paris Olympic Games 2024 can be heard right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
It is a glittering gold for Sharika Jackson, and how they will celebrate that back in Jamaica.
We'll capture the spirit of athleticism. We'll narrate the Olympic fever, define thrilling moments, and report on the blood, sweat, and tears of the world's greatest athletes. Nationwide 90 FM is going to the Paris Olympic Games, and we're taking you with us. Tune into Nationwide 90.3, 90.5, 90.7 and 90.9 for live updates and commentary. We'll be giving the listeners a front row seat to witness excitement, triumph and memories.
And I think it was a clean sweep for the Jamaicans.
Stay tuned to Nationwide 90 FM 24/7. Experience the Paris Olympic Games 2024 right here on the Revolution in Media Nationwide 90 FM, your Olympic Center. Exclusively on Nationwide 90 FM.
As a parent, you give your children a good start in life. You nurture, protect, and guide them. Parenting is a process that prepares your child for independence. As your child grows and develops, there are many things you can do to help your child. Stay tuned to The Big Show, Nationwide This Morning, for parenting tips. Fridays at 6:53 a.m. Only here will you learn everything you need to know about parenting. Tips to help parents navigate the incredibly challenging and rewarding journey of child rearing. Parenting tips on Nationwide at 90 FM, the revolution in media.
How certain are you that you're taking proper care of your pets? How often do you take them to the vet? Just as we need annual checkups with our doctors, most pets need regular checkups too. Owning and caring for a family pet doesn't have to be a difficult or burdensome experience. Nationwide 90 FM has an exciting feature called Pets World that will help you take better care of your pets. Join Nationwide 90 FM every Wednesday at 6:50 a.m. during the program This Morning as we take you into the do's and don'ts of caring for your pets. That's Pets World every Wednesday at 6:50 a.m. during the program This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Okay, good afternoon. Welcome back to Sports Nation Live. I'm Alex Raby. With me is
Teniel Mullings
and Bogues on the other side of the glass, my technical operator / production assistant. Let me jump over to the
English Premier League.
English Premier League, where we had some exciting matches this morning. One game that I didn't want to end as it ended is Arsenal-Brentford game. Arsenal, they came away 2-1 winners over Brentford, leapfrogging Liverpool at the top of the English Premier League table with that victory. Which team you support?
I guess I'm going to carry the Reds. So yes, that's not the result we wanted for today, but we still have some time. So hopefully we'll be back on top.
Okay, it's good that you support the Red because your time here would have just ended.
Yes, I know. I have to pay my dues. So yes, up the Reds. Yes.
Well, it was an exciting match. The Arsenal, the Gunners, they would have taken the lead with Declan Rice in the 19th minute against Brentford, and then their goalie, wow, he made a big boo-boo, so to speak, when he allowed Weiser to block his kick out of the ball, and it ended in the back of the net. I thought that would have been the end of it, but later on in the 86th minute, Havertz was able to seal the winner with an header. Like I said, it was a very entertaining match. There were several opportunities, especially from the Gunners, to score.
Yes, well, tomorrow we have our big match, so hopefully the players are up for the challenge. We're playing Man City, so it's a big deal. So we have to be ready and we have to be primed to take them on.
Right, and we have been playing with a lot of our youngsters.
Yes.
Because due to injury, Mo Salah, he came back the other day, so that's a plus. But several of the senior players, they are still out. doubtful for tomorrow's game, but let's see. I mean, this is the Reds, this is Anfield. We never walk alone, so we may walk with 3-4 goals to ensure that we return to the top of the English Premier League.
Yes, and I'm sure Klopp wants to keep his legacy. I mean, he's gotten over 1,000 goals as the head coach, so I'm sure everybody's ready. And having seen today's results, that they're ready to take on the challenge.
Right, they know what they have to do.
Yeah, they know what they have to do. Yes,
and the fact that Klopp is leaving the club this season at the end of this season, he wants to go out on a bang. The players want to send him off on a high, so I'm sure they're going to come out tomorrow and do something special.
Yes.
But there were some other exciting matches. Manchester United, they were in winning form. They beat Everton 2-0. Okay. A penalty from Fernandes in the 12th minute, as well as a penalty from Rashford in the 36th minute, gave them that 2-1 victory over Everton. And that moves them up to, let me see where they are now, up to 6 on the table. Right, so there are 6 on the table with 47 points after today's match. While Bournemouth and Sheffield United, they drew 2-2. Mm-hmm. Crystal Palace, they were held to a 1-1 draw by Luton Town. Wolverhampton Wanderers, they beat Fulham 2-1. So some real exciting matches on today, some real exciting scores we had. Aston Villa, Tottenham, that's going to be a big match as well tomorrow.
Yes. That's kicking off first. And then Brighton and Nottingham Forest.
Right.
West Ham and Burnley. And of course, the Reds.
The big match.
Yes.
The Reds versus Man City. So some exciting thing. And I mean, Harry Kane, he has found some form. Became the first man to score 4 hat-tricks in his debut in the Bundesliga season as Bayern Munich reduced Bayern Leverkusen advances to 7. So Bayern Munich with Harry Kane, they are not at second on the Bundesliga table with 57 points. Bayern Leverkusen, they are on 64 points at the top. That's Leon Bailey's old team, so yes. There's some Jamaican connection there. But let's take a quick break and we'll come back with more here on Sports Nation Live.
Looking to rent a fully operational production studio? Then Nationwide 90 FM has got you covered. We have flexible options to meet your recording needs any day of the week. Monday to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays available upon request. Bookings must be made in advance. Call us today at 630-1210. Let us help you reach your production desires.
Public opinion.
Stop this foolish about this GLP and PMP business. We are Jamaican.
Different people.
It's not a matter of a JLP or a PMP. I think it's more like where it is that you think you're comfortable, what support you can afford to make the country better.
Different views.
Most entertainers, they're not amenable to management, so the only thing that can ultimately structure them is the court and the prison.
Public opinion. The voice of the people at 6:25 p.m. weekdays during Nationwide at 5. Tune into Nationwide at 6:25 p.m. for Public Opinion, where the people's views matter.
Public Opinion is brought to you by Cleasing Industrial Supplies Limited, Industrial Automation and Control Solutions.
Okay, good afternoon. Welcome back to Sports Nation Live. I'm Alex Ribby. With me is Tennille Mullins. And Andrew Boogs Anderson on the other side of the glass, my technical operator / production assistant. We'll be talking some more football. We'll be talking with coach of the Edith Dalton James female team, Omar Taff, and their midfielder, Danisha. Lady and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Ratri.
And Danisha, you're there then? Danisha Ratri?
Hello, good afternoon.
Okay. Let's kick things off with you, coach. You were able to beat Jose Marti this afternoon, maintaining your 100% win record. Tell me, just describe today's game. How you think your team played?
Well, I think our team played a very good game, and a disciplined game today.
Right, so that's Danisha. And tell me, you said your team played a very disciplined game. I remember the first match that against Jose Marti, it ended 1-0 or 2-1. I'm not sure, but I know it's a 1-goal advantage that you came away with. How strong an opponent are they, you think, Danisha? Playing them a second time, how strong an opponent are they?
They come back very strong and hard. So it's the second leg, and we play very good.
And Danisha and Coach, how do you think you're going to maintain this momentum with this winning streak going into the rest of the tournament?
Well, we reached a quarterfinal round. That was our aim.
Yeah.
So we are more organized now, trying to get the team gel for the quarterfinal round, because we know it's not going to be very easy.
And coach Staff, you today you would have came away 2-0 winners. I believe from the reports that we have been getting, you only conceded 1 goal so far in the tournament. You must be proud of your defenders.
Yeah, from the goalkeeper come right down, the back line is very solid, and them have a disciplinary unit together, so them stick that and them have their own individual goal.
Right, and tell me what you apart from the training, what you think allow the team to, especially the back line, to gel so well that you have only conceded 1 goal in 9 starts.
Well, it's a unity, because me personally, when I'm building a team, I always love to build from the back. So I always try to get the back line organized first, and then I move from there.
Right.
And is this your regular style of playing that you have been employing so far in the tournament, in the matches?
Yeah, it's a regular style of playing. Try to keep a clean sheet, and then the goals will come after.
Okay, Danisha, yourself and your other midfielders play a pivotal role in terms of controlling the pace of the game. Tell me, how are you able to handle such a pressure, knowing that you and your fellow midfielders are the one that, will speed up the game, slow it down, hold up the ball? How much of a pressure is that, and how you handle such pressure?
Well, I handle that pressure by maintaining my confidence and positive attitude towards the game, mindset.
Right. Edith Dalton, like we said earlier, has won 9 of their 9 starts. You're on a 9-game winning streak. Tell me, what's the reception like? How have your fellow, not only the players on your team, but the fellow students, the school population at Edith Dalton, how has they received such excellent performance from your team?
Well, it's a teamwork and the discipline, as I said earlier, and the community behind us.
Right. Right. And Coach, we can bring you back here. You're in the quarterfinals. You're one of the teams that will have a target on your back. You're undefeated going into the quarterfinals. What are you saying to your players to ensure that they keep solid? Okay, we seem to have lost Coach Omar Taff and Danisha Ratri of Edith Dalton James women's football team. But Tennille, it must be impressive. I mean, the school community must be proud knowing that this team has won 9 straight.
Yes, and we're only conceding 1. Yes, it's definitely a great record, and they will be the targets, as you said, going into the quarterfinals. So I hope they can maintain the momentum and take it all the way. And it's good to see a team being able to enjoy or dominate like that in a tournament, in a set of games. It's good to see that.
Yes, Coach Staff. Sorry, we lost you there. But tell me, Coach Staff. Like we were asking, your team will be going into the quarterfinals as one of the favorites, one of the teams that has not lost a match going into the quarterfinals. What are you saying to your players to keep them grounded, keep them focused, and not to get too excited?
Well, first off, I try and make them maintain and don't get over excited. Just have to maintain the focus on our home. The plan that we have for the second round. We've dropped the second round now going to the quarterfinal round. We're supposed to at least have an idea who we're going to play, which is supposed to be at least Stadstad. And I think it was Manchester Eye and aside from the Yala side. So there's no the aim. We cannot afford to lose any game going into the quarterfinal round to reach the semi-final. Or reach the quarterfinal now and hope to get to the semi-final. Anything beyond that is bonus.
Oh, okay. And do you think you have the depth overall, not just on the field, but even on the bench, going into the rest of the matches?
Yeah, we have a capable bench. Players come on and make a change, keep the momentum up. We're just working on that for this week coming.
Right, and going into the quarterfinals, I don't know, but have you gotten a chance to scout any other teams from the other groups and see the quality that you'll be going up against?
Yeah, well, we have played stats in our practice match and we did draw 1-1. I'll go and watch them in the open game against Excelsior. We know we have the ability to beat them.
Okay, Coach. Sounding very confident.
We mentioned earlier your defensive line, but your strikers has been impressive also. Tell me, when you look at these players, I know it's a team sport, but which of these strikers you think stand out so far in this competition?
Well, so far, honestly, I have at least 6 or 7 players scoring goal right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver never scored today. And you always have Felicia Brown, Danishka Ratri. You have Travanta come and score. And you have other players who step up and score. So whatever all on the team, anybody will score, which is a good thing for a coach.
Yes.
Let me bring back Danisha here. Danisha, you heard earlier your coach stating that a number of the players have personal goals that they want to achieve out of this competition. What are some of the goals and targets that you would have set for yourself?
The leading goal scorer and the most disciplined player.
And in terms of reaching that target, how many goals have you scored so far?
I've scored 4 goals so far.
And you have an idea where you are on the table?
No, sir.
Okay, so you'll have to find that out so no one passes you, or you can pass who is ahead, right?
Ahead, yes. And the most disciplined player award, how is that? How do they determine that award?
No red cards and try to play safe.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay, Coach Taff, thanks much for your time.
And Danishka, thank you. And hope you guys will keep the momentum going, keep up the good work. It's impressive to see a 9-game winning streak. And I'm sure you guys will rise to the challenge when you meet your other opponents.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Blessings. Okay, so that was Omar Taff, coach of Edith Dalton James female football team, and Danisha Ratri, midfielder for Edith Dalton James female football team. We'll have to take a break and we'll come back with more here on Sports Nation Live.
Tune in into Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Stay ahead of the curve with our cutting-edge reporting and accurate breaking news coverage.
We're having an earthquake. Oh, God.
Hear it here first on Nationwide 90 FM.
Is that really clip you starting?
Tune in, turn up the volume, and listen. We bring a mix of news, entertainment, and sports to your lives.
Nationwide 90 FM's live and continuous coverage of the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary.
News and discussions week mornings.
Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning.
Entertainment in the afternoons, then news again in the evenings.
Nationwide news at this hour, fired.
Also tune in to the entertainment and sports shows in the nights and on the weekends.
It is Boy Things After Dark right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Everything is news, from current affairs and entertainment to sports, business and other categories.
Nationwide 90 FM. This is Beanie Man. Give it to them. Zaga, Zen.
From every whisper to every commotion.
That's rubbish. The KSAMC cannot investigate itself.
Was Click News really talking like that?
Every news story unfolds here first at Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Every sound is a story, and every story we share is news.
Hi, welcome back to Sports Nation Live. In this segment, we'll be speaking with Mr. Christopher Samudo, the president of the Jamaica Olympic Association and the Jamaica Paralympic Association. The Jamaica Paralympic Association will be hosting the Paralympic Order and Award Ceremony at the regional headquarters of the University of the West Indies tomorrow, Sunday, March 10. And on Monday, Paralympic Day, they'll be hosting the rededication ceremony of the Paralympic Flame at the Norman Manley International Airport. Joining us live now on the phone is President Christopher Samudo. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
Yes. It's good to have you as well. So, can you tell us a bit more about the events that will be happening over the next 2 days?
Thank you so much. Tomorrow we are hosting an event at the UWI regional headquarters. We are honoring our Paralympians, those who, of course, have transitioned to the Paralympic Games over the years. It's going to be an award ceremony, and we have billed it as the Paralympic Order. So we'll be honoring our Paralympians over the years in a ceremony tomorrow. It starts at 10:30 at the UWI regional headquarters. Our Paralympians have distinguished themselves over the year. And as I've always said, they have competed with very limited resources and have done exceptionally well. So it is, of course, a gesture that the Jamaica Paralympic Association is making. And what we are saying is that you have been phenomenal over the years. And we are proud of you, and Jamaica is proud of you.
And is this a part of your initiative for Paralympic Connect, Paralympic Inspire, and Paralympic Care?
Absolutely. On March 11, that is on Monday, it's actually Paralympic Day.
Yes.
And of course, it was proclaimed by His Excellency the Governor General 3 years ago. So we will be having an event on March 11 on Monday. We will be rededicating the flame at the Norman Manley International Airport. It's a petal that we received from the flame at the London 2012 Paralympic Games. And Jamaica has the distinction of receiving the first petal.
Okay.
So we are one of 176 petals that have been distributed worldwide of the, in those countries that participated in the Paralympic Games in London 2012. So we'll rededicating the flame, which was installed in 2014. And we are having a ceremony at the Norman Manley International Airport. Begins at 10:30. And we are hoping that, yes, it is symbolic, but it is also very meaningful to our athletes, particularly those who represented the country at the London 2012. It says that there is hope in the light. There is, of course, re-energized energy. We are hoping that our Paralympic athletes will look at the flame, recognize that they have done exceptionally well, and they will also use it as a inspiration.
Yes.
Because it is actually a flame. It is lit in an encasement, and it is in the departure lounge of the Norman Manley International Airport. So as soon as you enter, it's immediately to your left, so you will see the flame.
Yeah. And so this, of course, is for not just to inspire the athletes who we will be honoring, but those who will be going on to Paris later this summer.
Certainly. And we will know definitively our head of athletes who will be representing us in about April, May.
April, okay.
We will know because a lot of them are now qualifying, going through the qualifying tournaments and rounds. So by the end of April and beginning of May, we should know who will be representing us at the Paris Paralympic Games.
Right. President Samuda, going back to the award ceremony tomorrow, who are some of the athletes that we will be awarded?
Mm-hmm. Well, we know Alfonso Cunningham. He has been exceptional. He represented us with distinction, and in fact, he is only one of 2 athletes in the world that has the distinction of breaking his world record in the javelin throw 3 times at one international event, and he did so in 2013 in Lyon, in France. Mm-hmm. So we'll be honoring him. We'll be honoring Neville Sinclair, who is a Paralympian. He represented us in the 70s and 80s and did exceptionally well. There's about 20 of Paralympians that we're going to be honoring. Mm-hmm. We have Tanto Campbell, we have Sylvia Grant. So quite a few of them are going to be honored. And then we will have a ceremony later on where we'll be honoring those that regrettably are now deceased.
Right. Well, and speaking of honoring those past and I'm assuming present Paralympians, tell me, the Jamaica Paralympic Association will be hosting a 3-day Paralympic training clinic from March 13 to 15. I'm sure this is in an effort to unearth new talent because a lot of the Paralympians that have become household names are in the departure lounge. Some have retired already.
Yes, certainly. It's an initiative that the Jamaica Paralympic Association took to the International Paralympic Committee, which of course, is our governing body. And they immediately seized on the opportunity to have a Caribbean forum. Yes. So Jamaica is actually hosting it in connection with the International Paralympic Committee. And it's in relation to 2 sports, bocce and track and field. So we will have technical persons coming from the International Paralympic Committee to conduct the courses. And the courses will be for athletes, coaches, referees, and what we call classifiers. So it is the first time that Jamaica is hosting a forum that will involve a lot of our Caribbean stakeholders. And we are certainly very proud to do so because we have a Caribbean perspective and we want to build capacity in the Caribbean. Yeah. So quite a few athletes will be coming from the Caribbean region. And there is a unique feature of that course. After the course concludes, we'll be having participation in Velocity Fest, which is, of course, a meet run by Bruce James.
Right.
And it is a sanctioned meet by the International Paralympic Committee. So athletes would have an opportunity to do the qualifying times and qualifying distances in order to not only matriculate to the Paralympic Games, but also there's a World Championship Games in May as well. Oh. So we're very proud. It's the first time, and we certainly hope that it will be something that we will host every 2 years to give our Caribbean brothers and sisters an opportunity to not only learn in the classroom, but also to have the experience in a meet, a real meet, which is a sanctioned meet by the International Paralympic Committee.
Right. Speaking of the athletes and Velocity Fest, athletes that will be seeking to qualify for the Paralympics, tell me how healthy is the pool of Paralympians here in Jamaica that we will see new faces coming through to replace those that have retired?
Well, certainly, because in the Youth Games last year, the Parapan Youth Games, we had the gold medalist in the 100 and 200, and we had the silver medalist in the 1 and 2 as well. So we have quite a few young persons, very talented, who are going to, of course, transition to the international stage, and we're hoping that 2 of them will be able to qualify for the Paralympic Games. We're talking about 18, 19-year-old fellows. We also have one girl, who has done exceptionally well in the javelin, and we're hoping that she will be able to transition. But what we want to do is to augment that pool. There have been challenges because there has been a social stigma where that is concerned. Young people are not coming forward as they should. But we are going to be overcoming that because we want to conduct a national draft this year where we'll go island-wide in order to increase the pool of talent. But we have quite a young persons who are coming up, and not only in track and field. We have also in taekwondo, judo. We have surfing. We have 2 surfers who are doing very well. and we are hoping that they'll be able to transition to the Paralympic stage. So it is a move by the Paralympic Association to augment the pool of talent and deepen it. And we have seen in the last 4 or 5 years a lot of athletes going in and performing well in other sports.
Yeah, so Jamaica is both a powerhouse in regular track and field and, of course, in Paralympic sports. Because overall, we are within the top 50 countries that have done well at Paralympic Games as well.
No, certainly. And there's room for improvement.
Yes,
I would want to know, both on the Paralympic as well as the Olympic side, that when I go to an opening ceremony, I see at least 15 sports competitively represented in the ceremony. And this is a drive that we have both for the Paralympic as well as the Olympic movement. We have to expand our progress in other sports so that we can really justify the appellation that we are, in fact, a powerhouse in sport and not just simply track and field. So we're building out in the Paralympic movement our expertise and our capacity in sport. And it is not just only athletes, because we are also qualifying in the Paralympic movement officials. I have, in fact, one official, and I don't think I have it in the Olympic movement at all, Sodia Peters. We had funded her, and she is now an international technical director, and she will be officiating in the World Championships in Kobe. If my memory serves me correctly, I don't think we have anybody in track and field on the Olympic side that it is at her level. And we have 2 others that are going to be matriculating quite shortly to her status. So it's just not a question of athletic powers, performance on the track and performance on the field. We want performance in the boardroom as well.
Tell me, what was the criteria? What was the method that she would have used to reach this level?
Well, I interfaced with the International Paralympic Committee, and now and then they put on courses for technical officials. I seized the opportunity to have her apply, and that was about 2 years ago. She applied, and we funded her. She was successful because Soda is very technically oriented, and she went through it quite seamlessly. You have to be, of course, qualified in terms of exposure to the particular sport if you want to be a technical director. But that in and of itself is not an impediment. If you have the aptitude, they will accept you. And she demonstrated the aptitude because Sodia has been an official for track and field in Jamaica for years. So she had the foundation, and that placed her in good stead in order to transition. So it was about 2 years, if not less, that she was able to transition to the international stage. Of course, she had to go through examination. She had to go through practical. And thank God she was able to deal with them quite well. And now she is a technical director, internationally certified.
And those that you have identified that can follow her leader, what are you and the Jamaica Paralympic Association doing to prepare them? I mean, if Sonia would be able to give them some pointers.
Yes. Well, certainly, Sonia has been on the planning committee for this event, which is taking place next week. And there are going to be candidates from Jamaica as well as other countries that will be pursuing the technical course in that forum. So we have about 4 or 5 persons who are going to be pursuing the same pathway that Sodia had done. And what we are going to be doing after this is to ensure that they complete all of the levels, because our aim in the Paralympic Association, in respect of any sport, is that we must, by LA 2028, have at least 2 or 3 technically, internationally certified directors who will have an opportunity to officiate at the LA Games. And we're also doing it in other sports. Badminton, we're doing it in bocce, we're doing it in basketball. What we want to do is to, by LA, have at least 8 officials from Jamaica officiating in various sports.
We would have.
Sounds like a great plan, Mr. Samuda. So you continue to lead us in being taking up more than just the track, taking up the areas as well in administration and directing on the technical side. So that's good to know.
And the thing about it too is that we have the ability, we have the capacity, and we just need to afford our stakeholders the opportunity to excel. And in the Paralympic movement, we are doing so because we know that we can contribute to the dialogue internationally in any sport And we have, over the years, contributed quite a bit at the international level in terms of policy making. So what we want to do is to solidify our contribution in the Paralympic movement worldwide and say, hey, Jamaica is playing a very vital role. We're not only performing on the track, performing on the pool, performing on the mat, but we are influencing policy making in the boardroom.
Speaking of Fording, we would have seen several corporate companies coming on board and partnering with the Jamaica Olympic Association. How much have they warmed up to the Jamaica Paralympic Association?
Not as much as I would like. All right, we have had our sponsors, Newport Fasan, which has sponsored us over the years. We had Digicel and the foundation of Digicel. But we have to do work where that is concerned. We have to convince persons that the para-athletes and our Paralympians are very good brand ambassadors. And sometimes I will tell you, my chairman, the chairman of the Para-Athletes Commission, is an attorney at law.
Right.
I don't have that in the Olympic movement. Travis is an attorney at law. He plays badminton. And that is a sort of character, that's the sort of inspiration that we provide in the Paralympic movement. We say you can pursue a professional career. I have 3 of my athletes who are at the University of the West Indies. I have an athlete who represented us in the 2019 Parapan Games and was in the final. He has his doctorate.
Mm-hmm. So there's a great depth of caliber of the athletes who do choose to be our Paralympians.
Absolutely, and we encourage it. We say you can pursue your career and you can pursue a career in track and field, in badminton, in swimming. You just simply have to manage your time properly and ensure that at the end of the day, because sport is a shelf life.
Okay.
Sport is a shelf. We indicate that in the Olympic movement. And what we want to do is we want to import capital into the Olympic movement as well as the Paralympic movement. Because we feel that one of our imperatives must be the creation of a sport industry. And you can't have a sport industry without capital.
Yeah.
So the various partnerships that the Olympic movement has been establishing over the last 4, 5, 6 months. Is with that in mind, we have to import capital into sport so that we can not only build capacity, but also we will be able to strengthen certain institutions which are vital for the creation of a sport industry. What we have now is a sporting sector.
Right.
And what we are trying to do at the Olympic movement particularly is to blueprint a sport industry. You do so by importing capital, in building the expertise, not only technical, but also your business interests. And then you can see now the making of a sport industry.
Okay, we're speaking with President of the Jamaica Paralympic Association and Jamaica Olympic Association, Mr. Christopher Samuda. Mr. Samuda, let's go back to the rededication ceremony of the Paralympic flame. How big a deal is this, and will this put a spotlight on Jamaica?
Mm-hmm. Well, when we installed it in 2014, it went viral. And the ceremony on Monday, the international news media, I understand, has it already. As I indicated before, the flame is symbolic, represents hope, inspiration. It represents, I am phenomenal as a para-athlete. I can do whatever I will myself to do. I can create possibility out of the impossible. I can create credibility from the incredible. So what we are seeing in that flame is that it can burn continuously, and you must use that as your inspiration as a para-athlete. From a governance point of view, the Paralympic petal, as I indicated, is the first petal. Jamaica has a distinction of 1 of 76. And we are saying to our stakeholders in the Paralympic industry is that look at that flame, light your own candle, write your own autobiography, and use it as an inspiration. It burns continuously at the airport. Burns continuously. And I think that if we are able to have that in the departure, where a lot of people, of course, come and go. And some people have read it, and I understand some people, when it was installed, went on social media and so on like that. It gives the Paralympic movement a profile, but of course we have to go beyond that. We have to go beyond that. And what we are trying to do by putting on all of these courses is to say that Jamaica is open for business in the Paralympic movement. We have the ability to host international forums. We have the ability to also man international meets, and we have done that for 3-4 years. And I will tell you, next month in April, we're hosting another Caribbean forum, and this is under the aegis of the Commonwealth Games Federation. So we are building capital with our corporate governance bodies, and we are saying, let us transform Jamaica into a mecca for Paralympic tournaments, congresses, and games.
Speaking of hosting, can we expect to see Jamaica hosting any regional or international Paralympic games?
Well, let me tell you, the Velocity Fest, all right, I know it is going to be a tough sell to some stakeholders, and I know it takes a lot. It's a financial undertaking, a huge financial undertaking. But we're using the Velocity Fest as a dress rehearsal to see if we can, in fact, host a Grand Prix in the Paralympic movement. Just like how you have Diamond League meets in the Olympic movement.
Right.
We are using that. We are exposing the International Paralympic Committee to the technical expertise that we have in running meets here.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that when they come and they see the talent, they see the capacity, they will say to me, well, does Jamaica, do you wish now to host one of our Grand Prix meets in 2027? And of course, I'm going to say yes. So we're using it as a dress rehearsal, and we're using it to say to the International Paralympic Committee, Jamaica has the expertise to host in track and field a Grand Prix. And of course, that would be a signal event for us. It means all roads lead to Jamaica. But then the infrastructure has to be there, and this is why I'm saying hotels, you need to have at least 20% of your rooms accessible to wheelchair. Yeah. I'm embarrassed when it comes to that.
Okay. And who are the dignitaries we can expect at tomorrow's ceremony?
Well, we expect members of the diplomatic corps, consul general. We expect to have, of course, our Paralympians who have received national honors, Neville Sinclair, Sylvia Grant, and Alfonso Cunningham. We expect to have our sponsors as well. We expect to have persons from academia going to be at the university headquarters. So it's a broad section of persons that we're hoping will be able to attend. Last year was very good. We had it at King's House, but it wasn't an award ceremony. It was just simply an official ceremony in terms of the Paralympic Day. And it was very good. We got a lot of media attention. And more important than the media attention, it was an inspiration to our para-athletes and our Paralympians and the guests that attended at King's House.
Okay. Mr. Samuda, finally, tell me, when you look at the Paralympic movement in Jamaica, what are some of the high points that you can point to, as well as some of the things that you want to see improve?
Well, the high point has been, of course, the performances of our athletes over the years. I mentioned Alfonso Cunningham. That, of course, is going to be difficult to be surpassed by any of them. So that's one high point. Another high point is that we are able to put our fingers now on other sports and do so with success. In 2019, the Parapan Games, we got the bronze in judo, we got the bronze in taekwondo, historic. And the context of it is that they only took up the sport a year before, and yet they were able to master the sport and win the medals in a regional event, including the Americans and Canadians. And for me, it was a high point to see Theodore Suba, who got the bronze medal in 2019, compete with an American. Suba is big. He's a big boy. But Americans are perhaps 1.5 size. But he was able to use the expertise that he garnered in training, and he got the bronze. And he could have won the gold. So those were high points for me in 2019 to see para-athletes who only were exposed to the sport 1 year, battling with other para-athletes who have been in the sport for 10, 12 years and winning medals.
Right.
Another high point is surfing as well. We have 2 surfers that went, I think it was the year before last, did very well and are now on the trajectory to qualify. When you see athletes who are not able conquering the seas without any fear, that's a high point for me. Exceptionally a high point.
Right.
Yes, I want to deepen the pool. I want to be able to go to Paralympic Games and see 20 sports parading in that opening ceremony for Jamaica. But we are slowly but surely getting there. But we also have to address the social stigma that attends us.
Okay, Mr. Samula, thank you very much again for stopping by and speaking with us.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
And thank you for the support that you're giving to the Paralympic movement. I very much appreciate it. I'm grateful.
It's our pleasure, man. It's our pleasure. Okay, so that was Mr. Christopher Samuda, President of the Jamaica Paralympic Association and the Jamaica Olympic Association. We take a break and we come back with more here on Sports Nation Live.
Outperform, outlast, with top performance, Jackama, reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electricians. Fan select tools, free parts and free repairs. 3 parts, free repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-61114. Delta Supply. We service what we sell.
The Olympic Games 2024 live from Paris in France, exclusively on Nationwide 90 FM.
The Jamaican star shines bright once again.
Live here halfway through an Olympic final.
This summer, Nationwide 90 FM is coming in hot.
Jamaica to the Blacks!
Nationwide 90 FM will be blazing as we bring you the games of the 33rd Olympiad live from the French capital, Paris. 16 fantastic days of competition in 41 sports.
Nobly Williams-Mills coming, the glory flapping, her arms are waving, and Nobly Williams-Mills coming through for Jamaica's goal.
The station will bring you analysis and live coverage from the opening day of competition, Friday, July 26th to the very last day of action on Sunday, August 11th.
And some parchment! Let's go! Oh, what a run!
Everything and anything Paris Olympic Games 2024 can be heard right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
It is a glittering goal for Sharika Jackson, and how they will celebrate that back in Jamaica.
We'll capture the spirit of athleticism. We'll narrate the Olympic fever, define thrilling moments, and report on the blood, sweat, and tears of the world's greatest athletes. Nationwide 90 FM is going to the Paris Olympic Games, and we're taking you with us. Tune into Nationwide 90.3, 90.5, 90.7 and 90.9 for live updates and commentary. We'll be giving the listeners a front row seat to witness excitement, triumph and memories.
And I think it was a clean sweep for the Jamaicans.
Stay tuned to Nationwide 90 FM 24/7. Experience the Paris Olympic Games 2024 right here on the Revolution in Media Nationwide 90 FM, your Olympic Center. Exclusively on Nationwide 90 FM.
Okay, good evening and welcome back to Sports Station Live. I'm Alric Swaby. With me in studio is Tennille Mullins, and on the other side of the glass is Andrew Boogs Anderson. We join Wayne Walker at the GC Foster Classic. Wayne, good evening. What's the latest?
Thank you very much, Alric. I'm still here at the GC Foster College, GC Foster Classic, and the high school events are still going on. In fact, I'm looking at the 800 meters for class. Well, it's a senior men at the moment, and it just got underway. The seniors are actually just gotten into action. We're also looking forward to the 100 meters. I just heard the stadium announcer asking the marshals to go to the call room to check off the 100 meters runners for seniors. The lights are on. Not the greatest, but they're on, and they're working with it to see how best they can do it. But when you come to track meets like these, you run into all kinds of celebrities. And one here is the newly installed national coach of the senior netball team, Sasha Gay Henry, doing her second stint as national senior coach. And she's right here with me. I'd just to drag her in to have a quick chat with her. I think it's the first time we're going to be talking to her in an extended way since she was reappointed, let me say, as national netball coach. And I suppose it's appropriate to ask before that. Let me say good evening and thanks so much, national coach, for stopping by and having a chat with us.
Okay, no problem. Thanks for having me also.
Yeah. Let me ask you, and I don't want to be presumptuous, but what are you doing at a track meet?
I mean, I support track and field. Track and field is a big thing in Jamaica. I'm a president of the GC Foster College. I'm a lecturer at GC Foster College, GC Foster Classic. So where else to be but at track and field?
Mm. Well, I think that was a pretty good answer. You answered everything in one. All right. So, by the way, are you a track and field fan, though?
Yeah, I'm definitely a track and field fan. You know, but one of my aim is to be at the Olympics, to sit and watch an Olympic game, watching Jamaica, you know, just kicking up a storm and doing extremely well.
Yeah, it's a wonderful experience. If you can get to do it, it's a wonderful experience. Do you have a favorite track athlete?
Well, I'm a female buzzer. Yes, I love, I used to love Usain Bolt. I still love him. I love Shelley, and I love all the female athletes, you know, because I'm woman power. And I love to see all the aspiring athletes, you know, trying to do their best and pushing hard, you know, to make the Olympic team or the World Championship team.
All right. So let's get to netball now. Let me publicly congratulate you on being reappointed as a national senior netball coach. What was the process like?
Thank you very much. Well, it was okay for me. It wasn't too hard. I mean, netball is my pet peeve, so then it makes it a little bit easier for me. The process was quite simple. We had to go through interview, and also we had to prepare a training program that we had persons sitting in to observe.
What do you think they did for you? Well. It wasn't really disclosed to me, no. Really, what edged me, but based on what I heard, it was the practical, which I believe both persons were very good. And it was my assistant coach, so you know the expectation was high, and she did well, and I expected her also to do well. You know, for me, it was going back, trying to give up my best. So for me to come out on top was I'm very humbled, you know, and I'm very excited about the journey going forward. Mm-hmm. All right, so tell us what you're going to be doing now going forward. You've now been it's a 4-year contract you have, or what?
Yes, it's a 4-year contract. Well, for me, it's just that we are in our first phase of our training, so for us, it's a good way. We are starting our strength and conditioning, trying to look forward to the different seasons that we have coming up. Definitely, we'll be having a tour. So, you know, we're working with our local base right now. Happily to introduce our overseas players in the summer. So we're just preparing now for our first thing, which is going to be, well, the series has not yet been confirmed, but it's going to be confirmed. And it's going to be a home and away series. So I'm excited about that. And we're just trying to continue to build on our team that we have already. Still, we have persons that we want to fill some gaps. We are without persons because of monetary concerns. We don't have a psychologist. We don't have a nutritionist.
We're getting ready for the
we are just going to get maybe a strength and conditioning specialist this week, you know. So we're quite excited, and, you know, we're just hoping that this run is going to be an exciting one, a lot of growth and development for netball, not only at the senior level, but also at the under-16 level, helping coaches along the way to develop the pathway programs for netball to grow.
Mm-hmm. So how does it feel this time as opposed to the last time you were in charge?
I think I'm more mature to the task now. I think the fact that I have done it before, you know, I definitely know I have a little bit more sense of what it is that I need to do. I mean, for me, one of the biggest things for me as a coach is to ensure that I prepare the team well with the other coaches, and to ensure that the leaders are competing at a high standard, you know, to try to get that team chemistry, and, you know, just to try to get all the avenues that we need to get in terms of their preparation.
Are you one of those coaches, when you go in, you just change things totally, or you watch to see what works from afar, and then when you get in, you say, okay, I'm going to put a piece of mind into what I'm seeing here? What kind of coach are you, as far as that is concerned?
For me, I'm a coach that builds on what is already there. I don't believe in breaking things, you know. So for me, I'm not the one that will go and want to make a quick shift, because the girls really did extremely well in the last tournaments that they have had. I mean, sorry about the results that we got, not what we had wanted, but for me, it's about just building on what the girls have been doing. It's not about going and changing things. What worked well, we build on it. What didn't work so well, we try to improve it, and that's the way for me forward.
All right. So one of the things that we hear all the time is that athletes make coaches, not the other way around. And you've got some senior people who have been in the group for a very, very long time. In a nutshell, how much control do you have over the entire team, the name of the captain? Do you have total autonomy over the national team?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, and I'm quite excited about that. And even being control. Let me just give a little example. So, for example, we're selecting our captain. For me, I don't believe that the coach should select the captain alone. I think it should be a team effort. It's what the girls would want and who the girls think would prefer for them. So for me, it's not only about what the coaches want. Yes, when the girls do well, you look good. When they do bad, you look bad. So, I mean, we know what the territory comes with. So definitely we'll have to prepare ourselves in that way.
Right. You say training has already started. You're without the overseas-based athletes. How difficult, if it is going to be difficult, for you to sort of, when they come back, so, is it a matter of you trying to show them what you've brought? Because you're already in training with the ones who are here? Or are they so professional and so good and so long around the system that it's not going to be difficult?
I mean, they're very professional. They are very hungry and they want to do well. So we have already had our discussions. We have already had meetings with them. So it's just for them to come in and feel and bring in their experience to help these girls. So it's a good culture. I mean, we've had a good culture and they're very excited about the way forward. So I don't think it's going to be a problem when these girls come in. The good thing about it too is that those girls' season will finish in June, so we'll have them way before our first tournament in November. So it's going to be good that they will come back early and we'll get an opportunity to work with them. And the other girls also will get some time to work with them.
Why can't Jamaica win the world title? Why they can't do it?
No, we can win the world title.
Why have we not done it?
Well, it takes a lot of cash to care. It takes a lot of things. We have to look at preparation. We have to look at what we have compared to what they have. They have technology which we really don't have. I mean, we're trying. I mean, in terms of recovery, they have more technology than we even have. And with the little we have, we still do well. So I don't think it's a thing, and it's how you manage your play. It's an entire process. I believe that it's possible, and it's so easy to lose at the top. It's so easy. So I mean, the girls playing at that level, they catch it for anyone. So you definitely just have to prepare them and use what you have to the best of your ability, and just let them have that understanding and that belief that we can do it.
And since a number of the ladies have been playing overseas, they're playing against the people that they come up against in the World Championships and so on. You'd have expected that, we'd be a bit more of a threat. It doesn't seem so. It's still New Zealand, it's still Australia, and every now and again you have England in the mix and so on. Do you think it's mental in addition to what you're saying? Do you think when we come up against the Australians and the New Zealand, not in bilateral series, and on the biggest of stages, they just seem to not do it. Mentally, they just don't do it.
And that's one of the things that we really need. Mentally, we are going to get somebody on board to assist us because these girls need to learn. And I mean, the ones overseas do learn, and there's always room for improvement. You need a psychologist on board. I mean, on every tour, there is always an importance of having a psychologist to help them to go through losses, close losses, and to see how they come back. So it's something that we've never tried, I think we had it once, and I was privileged to be with a psychologist, and it didn't make a difference, but Netball Jamaica just could not afford to take somebody on board with us for tournaments. So it's very important. When you look at their video analysis and how well they do, we don't have a system. We have to use their people overseas. So we have to use a New Zealand or an Australia to do the work because we just don't have it. So I mean, you have to look at all of those things. It's also how you maintain athletes also. So you have to look at the maintenance, how they play, how many players play, how many matches they play, and you have to prepare them from in training. It's really difficult for us sometimes, but as I said, we do well based on it, and I think we're going to go for it. I don't think it's unrealistic. I think we definitely can.
You make good interview, you know that.
Oh, no, I never know that.
You're fluent and you make a lot of sense. Thanks, Sasha.
Thank you very much.
And all the best to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Alric, that's the newly minted national coach, Sasha Gay Henry. She has found herself somehow at a track meet, so I've decided to grab a hold of her to have, her first extended interview with her. As she said, she's also a lecturer here at GC Foster, and of course, she's a part of the fabric here, so pretty much that's what she decided to do. All right, so we've got the 400 meters going on track at the moment. Didn't get a start sheet, and it's very difficult to see the athletes. As I said to you, the lighting here, it's not. In fact, it's almost non-existent. I really wonder how these athletes see in this sort of condition. And if you're not, you're not hearing the stadium announcer doing the commentary because you can't see them. I'm glimpsing them from the far side, but yeah, it's the 400 meters. So see the men going, and I'll just hold on to tell you who has won this one because they're coming into the straightaway now in the last 80 or so meters to complete the 400 meters for senior men. There you go. She can't even say this is who. She said this is. She can't see them. Finally, Romario Stewart comes into the light, and it's Romario Stewart of Michael who wins the 400 meters for senior men. And I'm not kidding. The only time you see the athletes is when they come right under the light at the finish line. It's ridiculous. But his time is 49 and change for the senior men's 400 meters. As I say, it's time for the senior people to strut their stuff. The 100 meters is also scheduled to come up. Not sure how that's going to go because I'm standing a distance from the 100-meter start point, and I think it's difficult to see. But that is what they have, and I suppose it's what they're working with. So, yeah, that's how things are going at the moment here at the GC Foster College, at the GC Foster Classic for 2024. Hope to have another report from here before we leave.
I guess that's so great. All Jamaican athletes are. We don't need light to run, right?
Please, Alric, don't make light of it.
We're getting ready for...
You don't make light of it. Okay, that was Wayne Walker at the GC Foster Classic over at GC Foster College. We take a break and we come back with more here on Sports Nation Live.
Corian Solid Surface, so versatile and beautiful. It's non-porous, no sealing necessary, renewable and repairable, so easy to clean and maintain, and can be thermoformed into any shape. Choose Corian, the #1 solid surface in the world, when you want beauty and the best for your countertop. Visit Home International Limited, located at 104 Constance Ring Road. Telephone 755-1970 or 924-0437.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come on, let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Those oldies but goodies reminds me of you. It's undeniable that we should be together.
The true beauty of music is that it connects people. It carries a message. It speaks to you. It changes you. And that's exactly what we do just for you every Sunday as we take you to Urban Paradise, 9:10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Urban Paradise is our weekly musical journey that will serve up 110 glorious minutes of positive storytelling through music, mixed in with inspirational features to provoke thought and to heal the soul.
Like a dream come true, just wanna be with you.
So join me, Diane Ashton Smith, this and every Sunday, 9:10 a.m. to 11 a.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. Urban Paradise opening our hearts, connecting to others.
Welcome back to Sports Nation Live. I'm Tennille and I'm here with Alric and Andrew. And in this segment, we'll be speaking basketball. And we'll be speaking with the coach of the XZ Heats, Rohan Robinson, and the coach of Micro Wasp, Mr. O'Neill Brown. The Howard McCarty Community Basketball League serves off at the stadium courts with the opening ceremony tomorrow, Sunday, at 4 p.m. 21 teams from communities and institutions in St. Catherine and the corporate area will be competing for the Howard McCarty Trophy. Following the opening ceremony, we will have last season's finalists, the 2023 winners, Micro Wasp, facing off with the XZ Heats for the Clinton Gunner Shaw Trophy. And in other fixtures, we'll have the Edgewater Wolverines linking up with the All-Star on Court 1, Grand Spend Giants tussle with Christian Gardens on Court 2, and there will be several new teams. We have Bridgeport Crocs and Phoenix Net Trippers out of Portmore. Gentlemen, good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Good evening.
All right. We'll start with Mr. O'Neill Brown. You are the 2023 champion for the Howard McCarty Community Basketball League. Going into tomorrow, any last-minute preparations that you have to make?
Well, actually, I must say I'm happy that, the competition is going to start. I mean, after winning last year, it's just tough now to motivate the guys to come back and play, especially, after a lot of them have been playing the NBL for 6 months. You understand? And in the next way, it gives the younger players the opportunity to get a little more room to play. You understand? So it's a good and bad situation for me. You understand? So, I'm glad it starts. And, as day by day, week by week, we're going to, and may have experience on my side. Then I said both teams, I must say, but, more experience, and we're ready to go.
And Mr. Robinson, how are your preparations?
Right. Okay, O'Neill. Like I said, there you have a mixed bag of emotion as it relates to the start of the league. But tell me, what has preparation been like for you and your team?
Well, it's been good enough. We've been doing it for about actually 4 weeks now, but mostly, the college players. You understand? Because what we do at Michael was to kind of mix the present with the past. So, as I mentioned in previous conversation, the younger ones get the opportunity now, they always want to play. This time around, they're going to play the early season. You understand? Because it's going to take a little more time for the experienced players to start playing, start training. But I must say, about 2 weeks now, they start coming out. You understand? They're not in much shape as well. But the younger players, you will see them start playing over, the first 5 games at least. You understand? Before we start putting 15, and come to, where we want to be.
Right. O'Neill, like I said, a lot of your senior players, they are not match fit just yet. Tell me, what are you doing to get them in shape and get them in shape fast?
Well, actually, it's not good because if let's say if we get them back in shape too fast, it might cause injury. So it's a time, so we, and as the management and everybody will discuss, the timeline, the day-to-day, everything. You understand? And I think the experienced guys have enough. The inexperienced guys have enough. They have gotten better. Right. And it's not going to be a walkover at all the teams. You understand? Because the younger players that we're talking about, they have experience too. You understand? They're not far off. Right. So, I think we have enough, to compete even tomorrow to give a good show. You understand? It's not everybody, but we're not where we want to be at this time.
Okay, so what about the support you have around the team? You said some of the senior players are just coming back into the fray. So how about your back end in terms of support that the players need, the hydration and everything? Is everything set for
yes, everything. I mean, the institution would have taken care of that, last year, we'll get some money in the bag too. We have saved back some, we understand, to make sure everything, our role, we are the champions, so we have to make sure we get things in place, you understand? So we're good on that side of it, you understand?
Yes.
The puzzle is unscrambled now. We're going to take our time to put back in place, and take it day by day, week by week.
Okay, and what are your expectations then when you face off with Exeter Heats?
Well, my expectation as always, these guys, even not training them rapping and say, a lot of them, from high school, they be winning cup with me. Some guys were 4 from 4, they always in a finals, also some guys 3 and 2. You understand? So, we're good.
Right, let me bring Ruan in here. Ruan, tomorrow is D-Day. How ready, how prepared are you on your charges?
We are missing some players aside. What Coach Brown has said. We have 2 players overseas right now, national duties. So, but we have a young contingent we're working with and so forth. I think last year we dropped the ball a bit. I think we got complacent. We were overconfident. And it cost us. Our title. Players didn't follow the game plan, and they just wanted to do their own thing. And I told them early on that we were winning. We were winning, but we were winning the wrong way. Whenever we beat a team that is more disciplined, we are going to be in problems. And the result of that is that we lost. Because we were the defending champion. So we lost our title. So they're a bit more focused right now. I'm actually on my way to training. The female team had a game at Dewey, but their game has been cancelled. So I'm actually on my way to practice now with them because I left them there. But when I leave, they were fully focused on what they were doing. Getting ready for the game tomorrow.
Right. Speaking of the game tomorrow, let me ask both of you. Let me start with you, Ruan. This is a match that will set the tempo for the entire season, but it's also the first silverware of the season. How important it is for you to grab this silverware and grab this first victory over the defending champions? And I'm going to ask you the same thing, O'Neill. Well, let me start with Ruan.
It's important. It's always important to win every trophy, but to keep focused. And as I said before, you're gonna have a target on your back, and it's to be every night you have to come out and be consistent. And in a result of that, you could see what happened with the Los Angeles Lakers. They won the in-season tournament, and after that, everybody's after them from that. So you have to make sure that you are ready every night to play.
And O'Neill, what your thoughts on winning the first trophy on offer for the season, as well as maintain your dominance in the league?
Well, actually, we're going out there to the first cycle. All the players did not. This is the first time they're playing, for the silverware. You understand? So we're going to give it our best. We're going to put our best foot forward, And, for me, we're just going to, do it in the game. You understand? Just like, approach it, what's happening in the game, try to take away Exeter's strength, and go from there. You understand? For me, I'm basically looking how the game play tomorrow to see how best I can help my team to win.
Right, Ruan, you just hear O'Neill speaking about taking away your strength, and you mentioned earlier the LA Lakers, and when we watch the Lakers, when LeBron James is not on court, they are not at their best. Is that a problem with your team as well, the Exeter Heats?
With my team, they're top talented, you know, but when you have this much talent, it's an issue. Getting them to play together is one of the hardest things. You know, so we have had talent, but some people, and I explained to them, if everybody score 10, but one man would would score at 20 or 30 points, then the other 10 and the 5 and the 15 would add up. You know, the other person, whoever is leading at that night, whoever, as we said, hot. You feed that person, you play off that person. You don't try to outscore that person. So, you understand? So it won't cause an issue. But the game is very strategic, and if you know how to maneuver to get the best out of your opponent and focus, because 90% of the game is basically the mental part of it.
Yes.
And if you can figure that out, you're good.
And Coach, do you have some of your key? You said the senior players are coming back in to a little bit later, but do you have some of the key players like Daniel Isaacs and Richard Morris coming back for the tournament?
Daniel Isaac is overseas on a scholarship. He's not there. Right now we have Romario Millis and Michael Swain, the new addition to the team, is in the States right now. But we have our core of players that we can actually depend on. And as I said before, as I explained to them, for me personally, I want this trophy because the Clifton Shaw is my idol, and I would love to claim that trophy.
Okay.
Starting basketball, but then so forth. This is the man who is a god to me. So when I saw him playing, that's who I want to be like.
Okay.
So I wouldn't mind winning the first stage of my Clifton Shaw trophy.
So this is very personal for you, Coach Robinson.
Definitely.
And Coach Brown, will you have players like Nikolai Brown and Leslie Castle going into this tournament as well?
So Nikolai Brown will be back. You understand? He's working. You know, he's among the group working. You know, Leslie Castle will be out, you know, for a couple of weeks because he's doing some exam at the moment. You know, we'll wrap up by the end of this month. Yeah. So, we kind of identify, you know, and know, you know, the last time we trained, it was last night, you know, we kind of spoke about, you know, people knowing their roles, you know, and so forth. You know, I'm not worried.
You're not worried.
As I mentioned, the day when the game I play, finding the ways to help the team get the job done and the players respond to the coach. And I don't think we're going to have that problem. You understand? That pressure. Because, you know, they are already, you know, seeing a lot of things. You understand? It's just understanding the roles, you know, no matter what you did the last time, this is a different day, you know, different league, you know. So don't expect to see the same thing, you understand? And, you know, just to add to, we have gotten better from last year. You understand? This is a better team, you know, than last year in a lot of areas. We just have to take time, put it peace, you know, find out what work and what do not work. You understand? You know, as I said, you know, I'm happy that the competition start and we have 20 teams now, so it gives you an opportunity, you know, to kind of set up yourself the right way, you know, to have a good league, you know, just like the NBA.
Right. Last season, both clubs, Michael Wasp and the Exeter, you lost very few games. What would you speak to the quality of the opponents, the quality of the competition? Let me start with you. I'm putting this to both of you. Let me start with you, Ron.
It came down to experience with us. Except also is that we have an ongoing program. This team has been practicing a while for the college league, and when the college league finishes, what we do is that we don't sit around. We make sure that we we enter outer competition. So we had an edge right there in terms of chemistry. So that played a big part in it. But it was tough. It was tough going to the competition. As you could see the abundance of talent that was out there. Yeah, I think most of the issue that we had was game plan in terms of the other teams. Their game plan, coaches needed to make better adjustment to what was going on.
Right, and how did you find the league on Hill last season, and what are your expectations this
so
season?
last season, and it's the same thing, and I kind of look at it, so like Michael kind of have an advantage, because you look at the home games, with all the teams that I coach, I always like to play on the road. So last year and this year we'll have at least 6 games at home, and then when you touch the playoffs, you're going to play elsewhere. You understand, or maybe a best of 3 or so forth. That's always worrying for me, because through all the time you're at home, you have your crowd and everything. And it's the same thing that happened to me last year. Last year, we want to touch the playoffs and we travel to home. We lost the first game in game 3. You understand? So, is that, make a ask person in the league to kind of give me some games away to. You understand? Right. Because that's one of the things that we spoke about. A lot of coaches would love to play at home all the time. But from my perspective, I like to play away a lot of the time, because that's where, you have to deal with the pressure of the opponent, travel going to someone's gym, and get the W. Yeah. You understand?
And for both of you, both coaches, what is one strategy that you're planning to implement to minimize some of the mistakes that you saw for the 2023 season? Let's start with your coach, Brown.
Yeah, so for me, the guard issue, you understand? So, we always, at the end of the games, we try to use the most experienced one. But I think both of them need to know, on the same page what, in basketball, you have one must be to facilitate, and both of them, the 3 of them can do it. But, as I mentioned, knowing the roles, and what was set out to do, because different teams, you have to have a different approach. So last year, we won the league, with small ball. It was a small. This year, we want to be both inside out. You understand? Because, a lot of the teams ever try to be creative, with the group that I have at hand, So last year we win small ball. This year I want to have inside out. You understand? To try, because your opponent, and you want to be different. You understand? Yeah. Both offense and defense. So we try, to strategize and be very creative. You can't, and this is, if you look all over the world, a lot of the coaches, if they win one way, they keep on the same thing. You understand? So we try, to use, and may I say this, we can say this, make Rowan here too, because in Jamaica we want to get better, once everybody, and it's very important that we share information, although we're competing. Yeah. And so, we try to do things differently, and we have to do things depending on what our athlete can do, what the team. Yeah, so that's it for me.
So, and Coach Robinson, what is one strategy that you're going to be implementing to minimize some of the mistakes that you picked up from 2023?
Coach Robinson, you're there, Ron? We seem to have lost Ron there. Let's just try and reconnect with Coach Robinson. Coach Robinson, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. We were saying what's the strategy that you will be implementing to minimize any mistake and any losses this season?
We just have to be more disciplined. Play together. I think last season we were too indisciplined in terms of sharing the ball and following the game plan. But for this season also, so we have to make some more adjustments in how we defend the basket. Stepping out from our regular zone defense, we are implementing that. We'll make sure that we are playing man-to-man defense as much as possible. So when it comes down to a situation where we have to step our game up, it's basically natural to us and not a surprise.
Right.
All right, coaches. Know that we have gone through your strategy. What about your supporters? Is there anything you want to say to persons who are coming out to the stadium tomorrow to watch the matches, to fire them up, to get them behind you, to support the players for the start of the Howard McCarty Community Basketball League?
Well, for me, actually, everybody is going to be there, all the teams, and I just want to give a good show, you know what I mean? And everybody looking, and I mentioned this to the guy, everybody looking for us, every game that we play, everybody is going to target a defending champion, I think.
Yes. And Coach Robinson, what do you want to say to your supporters who are coming out tomorrow to cheer you on?
Yeah, everybody, everybody.
Our supporters is coming up, man. They are ready because they know that once we get out there again from what happened last year, they know from my system and so forth, we're not gonna repeat the same thing.
Right. Coaches, I'm speaking of support. Tell me what's the fan base like for the Wasp and the Heat, as well as the tournament itself. What kind of support you see on a nightly basis during last season? Let me start with you, Coach Ron.
The support is tremendous. A community league, I love it. God, this is the community coming out. For us, I think we need a bigger arena. It's in the plan right now to extend the gymnasium. And things so we can put in proper seating and so forth. But it's always supported by the school. But as you know, Excelsior has a strong sporting history. So there are always somebody associated with us and persons carrying out their friends and so forth to come out and support us. And once they know that we are there coming out, they know about they're gonna say a good brand of basketball. So they're coming.
Okay, and Coach Neil, what's the support like for the Wasp, as well as your opinion of the support for the league?
Yeah, the league it's big. You know what I mean? As Coach Robinson mentioned, it's a community league. A lot of persons always come out and support. For the Wasp, on the weekends always kind of give us a problem, because a college student, most of our support, is the college student, and even last year, what we do to ensure that everybody, get the opportunity to support our club, we kind of play at home early, normally the second game would be the feature game, we kind of change it up so we get the support, because a lot of the supporters are always complaining that, 9 o'clock, and so forth in different community playing, you understand, or at home, you understand, so we kind of change it up, to play early, make the visiting team to make sure everybody get the opportunity to watch their team play.
Okay. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We're looking forward to the exciting competition you are planning to put down on the courts tomorrow. And Coach Robinson, you've said that, this is very personal for you, so you're going out there to win. So, Coach Brown, you have to also bring your A game to tackle Coach Robinson. So, want to wish you guys all the best, and we'll definitely be checking in on the tournament as the days go on, as the weeks go on. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
All right. That was the coaches of the Michael Wasp and Exed Heats, and we were speaking about the Howard McCarty Community Basketball League. We'll now take a break on Sports Nation Live.
Not a mercy. This one is very classic, dedicated to all the schoolers who are taking beats.
If you've ever struggled to pass an exam, then you'll know that students today are under great pressure to get good grades and secure qualification needed to move on to higher education. The problem is that too many students are struggling alone and could really benefit from connecting with hardworking teachers and other bright students in other parts of the country and the region. Join me, Dennis Brooks, this and every Friday evening from 8 to 9, with a repeat on Saturday morning from 8 to 9. For the A-Team, a study group on radio, my team of teachers, students, and experts will break down the syllabus, giving you information, tips, and past paper questions that will help you get top grades in your upcoming exams. Follow us on Facebook Live and on Twitter and be a part of the community. It's the A-Team. Fridays at 8 p.m. with a repeat at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning. It's your free extra class on radio and social media. And it's right here on Nationwide 90 FM, the revolution in media.
The Olympic Games 2024 live from Paris in France, exclusively on Nationwide 90 FM.
The Jamaican star shines bright once again.
Live here halfway through an Olympic final.
This summer, Nationwide 90 FM is coming in hot.
Jamaica to the blacks!
Nationwide 90 FM will be blazing as we bring you the games of the 33rd Olympiad live from the French capital, Paris. 16 fantastic days of competition in 41 sports.
Noblin Williams-Mills coming, McRory flapping, her arms are waving, and Noblin Williams-Mills coming through for Jamaica's goal.
The station will bring you analysis and live coverage from the opening day of competition, Friday, July 26th to the very last day of action on Sunday, August 11th.
Hands up, Parchment! Let's go! Oh, what a run!
Everything and anything Paris Olympic Games 2024 can be heard right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
It is a glittering goal for Sharika Jackson, and how they will celebrate that back in Jamaica.
We'll capture the spirit of athleticism. We'll narrate the Olympic fever, define thrilling moments, and report on the blood, sweat, and tears of the world's greatest athletes. Nationwide 90 FM is going to the Paris Olympic Games, and we're taking you with us. Tune into Nationwide 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9 for live updates and commentary. We'll be giving the listeners a front row seat to witness excitement, triumph, and memories.
And I think it was a clean sweep for the Jamaicans.
Stay tuned to Nationwide 90 FM 24/7. Experience the Paris Olympic Games 2024 right here on the revolution in media. Nationwide 90 FM, your Olympic Center. Exclusively on Nationwide 90 FM.
But is this real? Hey Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in one day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato. Suene.
Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs, let's supercharge your brand.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come on, let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Stay ahead of the curve with our cutting-edge reporting and accurate breaking news coverage.
We are having an earthquake. Oh, God.
Hear it here first on Nationwide 90 FM.
Is that really clip you, Stonky?
Tune in, turn up the volume, and listen. We bring a mix of news, entertainment, and sports to your lives.
Nationwide 90 FM's live and continuous coverage of the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary.
News and discussions week mornings.
Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning.
Entertainment in the afternoons, then news again in the evenings.
Nationwide news at this hour, fired.
Also tune in to the entertainment and sports shows in the nights and on the weekends.
It is Boy Things After Dark right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Everything is news, from current affairs and entertainment to sports, business and other categories.
Nationwide 90 FM. This is Beaniman. Give it to them. Zaga, Zen.
From every whisper to every commotion.
That's rubbish. The KSAMC cannot investigate itself.
Was Clip News really talking like that?
Every news story unfolds here first at Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Every sound is a story, and every story we share is news.
Okay, good evening. Welcome back to Sports Nation Live. I'm Alric Swiby. With me is Tennille Mullins, my co-host for the day, and on the other side of the glass is Andrew Books. And listen, you may see in my studio a bunch of people. We don't know where they come from. They just invade the studio. But we will hear from them shortly. But we'll be going over to GC Foster College, where Wayne Walker is at the GC Foster Classic. Wayne, good evening. Okay, so we lost Wayne right there. We are trying to reconnect with him. Tennille, he's over by the GC Foster Classic. He was telling us how poor the lighting was. I guess the connection over there is poor as well. I mean, it's Spanish Town. It's not Kingston.
Yes, it's a challenge we've had over the years when it comes to our track meets. We want to finish, of course, before the light goes. But that's always a challenge because so many Jamaicans are heavily attracted to track and field, and they come out to participate. And you don't want to turn away the students. You don't want to quench that fire. And so the meet tends to always run a little bit longer than you expect. And of course, the challenge of lighting and associated costs and so forth is something we have been dealing with as within the track and field community. Right. So let's hope that as you know, the light is where the camera is. So let's hope that enough lighting is there for us to get the photo finish. Right. And we know the runners can see, you know, they're still young, their eyes are young, so they can, and they're familiar with the track as well. And they know how to run in a straight line. So
we don't want to lose them to lose their 2020. But let's hear how Wayne is handling the light over there at GC Foster Classic. Wayne, good day. How things? What do you have to tell us?
Well, the 200 meters, of course, we're in the senior section now, so let me not say the 200 in the seniors. So the 200 meters have just been completed. In fact, the men's senior 200 meters just about 2 minutes or so ago. And Demish Gay, who is known more for his 400 meters running, pardon me, he won that 200 meters in 20.71 seconds. Of course, he's from Sprintech. He is home. He trains here at GC Foster College under the guidance of Maurice Wilson. So he won that one in 20.71. It's very impressive because Brian Lavelle, who is known as a 200, 100 meter sprinter, he was beaten into third in 20.96 seconds. And so it was a really exciting event. It escapes me the person who came second. I was trying to get that before we get off. For the 200 meters for women, Sadie Williams, who has won bronze medal at the last two World Championships. She's from Barbados and she trains at MVP. She ran a national record, a Barbados national record, and a new lifetime best. She did 22.59 seconds. And he beat a very impressive field, people who are known as sprinters. And that, in its own way, explains the sort of impressive nature of the victory. Natasha Morrison was second. She did a season best, 23.53. Tina Clayton did 23.65, and her sister Tia did 23.81. So good victory there for Sadie Williams from Barbados. She's really, really had the last 2-3 good years, as I mentioned, highlighted by those bronze medals in Eugene and in Hungary. And no doubt will be looking to add an Olympic silverware to her collection. And I tell you, she really looked in good form tonight, and you start to wonder if she concentrates on the 200 meters, how well she could very well go on to do. But then the 400 is hard enough. I suppose she will, perhaps for the near future at least, stick to that. So the blocks have been removed and put elsewhere because it's time for the 100 meters, and the athletes, and it's a crowded area. I'm actually standing just about 5 minutes away from where the athletes are gathered for this 100 meters, and we'll have one going off shortly. But given what we're seeing in terms of the number of athletes right in this little area, we're going to have quite a few 100 meters to go tonight. As I said to you in my report before this one, the light isn't the greatest, yeah, and I'm not so sure, how these professional or senior athletes are going to work it out. But we have 3 in this 100 meters for women, so they're doing it in categories. So possibly this is what could be even the F. So A, B, C, D, E, F, 100 meters A, 100 meters B, and so on and so forth. Patrice White of MVP was the winner of that one. I'm trying to see the time, and the flash time is 12.96. And yes, these are senior athletes. 13.08 for the second, and it's a positive 0.08 meters, and 13.03 for the third. Yeah, but I expect it to get better because as they, get deeper into the meet, the senior women, senior meaning the professional ones, are going to come to the fore. It's difficult to say how many of them are here, and though I'm standing close by the 100 meters area, it is still difficult because they're placed in different areas around the field. Only when they're called, you realize who will be running. Yeah. But it's very cool. It's very cool conditions prevailing here in St. Catherine. Looking to get out of this town not long from now. But you know what? The crowd has held on. We love track and field so much. The crowd has held on. And it's an Olympic year. So the sort of interest that Jamaicans show in track and field, it decreases 3-4 folds when there's a global championship, and like this year, it's the Olympic Games. And of course, Alric, I'm sure you're taking the time, every chance you get, to just remind the listeners that we're going to be bringing the Olympic Games live and exclusive for radio here on Nationwide 90 FM. And yeah, Brian, 1 second here. I see Brian Lavelle passing by, and I just want to have a quick chat with him, if you may, sir. You finished the third here just now. How's your season building up?
Well, it's building up good so far, knowing that doing these trials, not really rushing anything, just using these events to prepare me and to get better each year.
How many 200 meters have you gone so far this season?
This is my first one for the season. So.
It looked that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is it coming, though, in terms of training?
Well, it's been good so far. Can't complain. I've been trying to make my body adjust to the professional training, and I think I'm doing well so far.
Yeah. What are you prioritizing, the 200 meters over the 100 this year?
Not really. Depending on what my coach wants me to do, and I'll just make it what she wants.
Mm-hmm. The national championship is what you're building up to, right?
Definitely, sir.
Yeah. Yes. And you think you have a chance at making the team in both, or you, as I say, even though you're doing both, you still have an eye on solidifying one?
Well, I know my potential, and I know I can make it in both, but not really putting pressure on myself, but just to enjoy it and be better than where I was last year.
Mm-hmm. Well, one last question, because I want you to go. You warmed down already?
No.
All right, so I'm going to let you go. So let me ask you one last question. Where do you go from here? Where your season take you?
Well, it's up to my coach and to just see what we have to do to get better and keep healthy and stay focused.
You're going on the circuit, meaning overseas?
I'm not sure. I've been a couple of 60s indoor already, but I'm not sure if I'll go in on the circuit.
Mm-hmm. But the national championship is what you're clearly focusing on now.
Definitely.
All right, Brian, no problem. Take care.
You too.
All right, that's Brian Lavelle. He was just passing by me, so I had to grab him, yeah? Another section of the 100 meters is on... Oh, it's in fact, it's the A final. And Alexis Noel, it looks like. I'm just trying to find out. Joy Levy is also in the mix as well. She's a former national champion. She made a Jamaica team as a national champion once. But I'll tell you who, for 11:57 is the Jura Levy won, 11:57. Right. So Jura Levy won that one, 11:57. 11:55 make it. I'm looking at the board that displays the time. And it's 11:55. It's showing Jura Levy as the winner, and right. So we're looking at a former national champion looking to get her way back into the thick of things. And I hope I'm lucky, and it is Jura Levy who is coming my way, because if it is, I'll quickly grab her and see what we could get from her. But yeah, it's a senior women's 100 meters, won in 11:57 by Jura Levy, and I'd just like to find out, what's happening with her in terms of her coming back to the sport and so on. But she's coming my way, and let's hope that she'll have a chance to give me a word or two. Hey, Jura Levy, I'm live on Nationwide 90 FM. Don't smile. Well, I just want to have a quick chat with you. I know you're tired, and sorry for ambushing you, but we haven't spoken to you in a while. Congratulations on that victory.
Thank you.
Yeah. How's it going? You're trying to get your way back?
Most definitely. Just the next run, gearing towards training, just another training day. Just trying to stay healthy and take each race at a time.
Yeah, the national championship, I'm sure, is what you had your eyes on. You're a former national champion yourself, so you know how it feels to be a national champion. But how's your body feeling now? Do you believe that you're getting there?
Most definitely. Training has been going great. I think it's the best I've been since I've been back in training after COVID. Everything has been gearing up just right. This is a way bigger season best than I opened my season last year with, so I'm grateful.
And you're right, because you didn't look like a season opener for you. You look so good.
Thank you.
Did you catch COVID?
No. Just during COVID time, I didn't run at all. I took a whole year off. Then I came back and I started training. And it's been 3 years. And this is the best I've looked during training. So, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. I just need to stay healthy and see what happens.
Are you prioritizing one or the sprint over the other? You're taking on both?
For now, I'm doing both. Well, let's see where it goes.
Yeah. Your times, though, I mean, how comfortable or confident are you that you can get your times down before June, July?
I'm just, like I said, the goal is just to stay healthy and see where it goes.
Yeah. All right, Jury, good to see you back, and let's hope you make the plane to Paris.
Thank you so much.
All right. So that's Jura Levy. She was just passing my way, so I had to grab her. Former very technical star, and she really did look good just now. And for her sake, let's hope that she is able to get on the plane. It's going to be very difficult because you have Sharika, you have Elaine, you have Shelly, and then there's another tier coming behind them. Brianna Liston is running very well as well. So quite a few of these, people who are taking claim to be on that plane to Paris in the summer. And as was mentioned, Nationwide will have live and exclusive radio coverage of the Olympic Games. We're planning to mount a massive production, and we're going to be trying our very best to deliver from Paris, and of course our team that's going to be here in Jamaica as well. So I think that Brianna Liston is on the compound, and that would be nice if I could grab a hold of her because she's doing well. No, she's not here, I'm sure. She's running at the NCAAs,
right.
And it seems as if they're announcing that she won the 60 meters at the NCAAs. I'm on air, so I'm not able to hear
We
correctly
will check
if that's
that
what they
and see
say. But
if
because
that's
she's there
what's
and doing
happening.
so well, I'm taking a guess that's what they're mentioning, that Brianna Liston has won the 60 meters. It wouldn't come as a surprise because she's doing very, very well so far this season. Well, I suppose that's going to be it for me from JC Foster here at the JC Foster Classic. Still have one or two events to go as well, but I think they're tapering off. And that's what we're going to have to do as well.
Okay, then we'll try and check in back with you just before we wrap up to see what your final reports is going to be. But with that, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back with more here on Sports Nation Live.
Yes, it's so nice to shop Fontana style. Fontana style. Our service is top Fontana style. Fontana style. Easy parking, friendly smiles.
And we go that extra mile.
Come, enjoy it all. Variety galore, Fontana style. Fontana style.
Low prices and much more Fontana style.
Fontana style. This pharmacy's unique. We have everything you seek. Alright. Come, we've got it all, Fontana style.
Stop buying expensive toner cartridges. Global Ink is now selling new factory direct generic toners. Remove factory seals, install and print. Engineered to work first time, every time. Certified for use in HB and Brother printers. Worry-free, affordable printing for your peace of mind. Money saved is money earned. We deliver island-wide. 754-7444 or 1-888-NEED INK. Never run out of toner again. Global Ink.
Okay, good evening and welcome back to Sports Nation Live. I'm Alric Stribbe. With me is Tennille Mullins in studio, my co-host for the day, and on the other side of the glass is my technical operator / production assistant, Andrew Boggs Anderson. And the invaders are from Jamaica's Carifta team. We'll be speaking with them shortly, but Tennille has a quick update on what Jamaican athletes have been doing on the NCAA circuit.
Yeah, so as Wayne was just saying, so Brianna Liston has taken the sprint title in 7.03. As you know, she's an LSU athlete, and she has triumphed in the 60 meters at the NCAAs, and she joins Romain, who also won the high jump earlier today, also at the NCAAs, and he's a Razorback athlete from Arkansas. So Jamaican athletes showing out at the NCAA indoor championships.
Okay, so that was some big happenings from Jamaica's athletes on the NCAA circuit. Now we're in the splash segment, the segment where we dive into the pool. We're going to dive right in as Jamaica ratified a 26-member team to the Carifta Championships in the Bahamas later this month. And we have several of the swimmers and the senior coach in studio with us, along with Carolyn Levy-Powell on Zoom. Well, let me just go around the room and let each person introduce themselves. Let me start with you, Leanna Wainwright, that is. Introduce yourself and just tell us the events that you'll be competing in.
My name is Leanna Wainwright. I'll be competing in all the backstroke events, so that's the 200 meter, 100 meter, and the 50 meter backstroke, as well as all of the 15 to 17 relays. Right,
and Coach Adolphus, which event you'll be competing in?
No, okay.
Just introduce yourself and tell me you're the senior coach for the team. What that means to be the senior coach.
So my name is Adolfo Morales Claro. I are one the head coach that going to the Carifta game.
Right. Okay, and let me jump over to another swimmer, Benjamin Davis. Benjamin, that's a biblical name. Will we be seeing some miracle from you at the Carifta Games?
I mean, hopefully. Obviously, that's what I'm hoping for. But my name is Benjamin Davis, and I will be competing in the 400 freestyle, 800 freestyle, 1500 freestyle, as well as 400 IM and 50 and 100 breast, as well as a couple of relays.
Right, and to Benjamin's left is Matthew Kennedy. I don't know if he's a former President of the United States. But Matthew, I'm assuming that you'll be bringing some presidential performance when you compete in the Carifta.
Of course, at least 1 gold medal and 3 relay gold medals.
Right, and what are the events you'll be participating in?
I'm swimming 100 fly, 200 fly, 50 fly, 100 free, 200 free, 400 free, 1500 free, 4 IM, and a couple of relays.
And let me jump over to Zoom where we have Carolyn Levy-Powell. Carolyn, just introduce yourself officially and state the events that you'll be participating in.
Hi, my name is Carolyn Levy-Powell. I'll be doing 100 back, 50 back, and 100 free.
Okay, so those are the swimmers and the coach. We have 2 other swimmers that we'll be introducing to you later during the segment. But let me jump to the coach. Coach Adolfo, your accent and mine is a bit similar. Tell us where you're from and how you end up coaching Jamaica.
So I am from Cuba.
Okay.
I am from Cuba and I arrived here to Jamaica in 2017.
And how are you finding it so far?
Somebody called me. Somebody called me and asked me if I am agreed to come here. So this is about the Selfish Club. This was 2017.
Right, and your club is based in Montego Bay?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And let me jump to Liana. Liana, you'll be doing a lot of the backstrokes. What you love to look at your opponents while you beat them. Why you love the backstroke like that?
Well, I really like backstroke mainly because my face is out of the water, so I can breathe when I want to breathe. I'm not on a real pace. Also, the same thing, I like to watch other people while they're swimming to know where I am. So that's why backstroke was the first choice.
Right. And Benjamin, like we said, we are expecting some miracles from you when you are in the Bahamas competing for Jamaica. This is not your first rodeo. This is not your first time competing for Jamaica, competing at the Carifta Games. What you would have learned at those games that you have put in your training to make you even better?
Well, first of all, I learned how competitive it is, especially last year. It was my first year in the 15-17 age group, so I was really racing against bigger boys, 1 and 2 years older than me. But now this year, I'm hoping to do better than I did last year. And
Okay. And Matthew, you listed off a long list of events that you'll be taking part in. So are you planning to come out of the water at all at Carifta?
Of course, I have to need my rest.
Okay, so how are you going to get your rest with all the events that you're planning to do for us?
Warm down properly, warm up properly, and just swim as best as I can.
Okay, President Kennedy, you said that you want to win at least 1 individual gold medal and a couple of relays. What's the relay medals and the gold medal, individual gold medal that you have your eyes set on?
Any individual race is an option.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have a stronger stroke that you prefer or distance?
I prefer all the flies. So probably 2 fly and 100 fly.
Okay. Let's jump over to Zoom where we have Carolyn Levy-Powell. Carolyn, you're based in Florida. You train with the Coral Spring Club. Tell us a bit more about that club.
It's my hometown club. I've been swimming there since I was basically 1 and competitively since 5. And we train 7 times a week, about 3 hours long plus gym.
Right, and you would have participated at the Carifta Games in 2022 and 2023. Tell me, when you put those experience into perspective, what would you have learned that you think will make you a better swimmer this time around, and what's your expectations going into this game?
Well, my first year and second year is really my first time swimming for a national team, or specifically Jamaica. I wasn't really in that big position I was then. So I was a little nervous and all those stuff, but now that it's my third year, I'm more prepared and more relaxed and ready to do better.
And can you remind us what event you'll be doing, Carolyn?
100 back, 50 back, and 100 free.
And which one do you think is your strongest event?
Probably going to be 100 back or 100 free.
Okay.
Okay, Leanna, you're like the female face of swimming now with Emily McDonald advancing into the senior ranks, as well as the likes of Zanita Alvaranga. Those were like the face of age group swimming. Now you are the senior. Is that a lot of pressure on your shoulder, or it's more added motivation?
It's a bit of both. I mean, since I've been swimming for a while now, there's expectation, but the expectation is a form of motivation. So I intend to follow in my older team members' footsteps and excel the same way that they're excelling right now.
We said your old team members?
My older team members.
Okay, Coach Adolfo, when we spoke with the team manager, Annalise, as well as Coach Rapley, Jamaica finished third last year, and they're of the opinion that this team can do even better. What's your thoughts? When you look at the composition of the swimmers, where you think we can finish? First, second, first? What's your thought?
So the first...
Oh, first.
Yeah. So everybody want to finish first, you understand? So we going, we want to go, and we have to try finish the first. We want to do similar, but we have to live day by day. We have to go, and we have to do everything that to finish first. Everybody want to finish first. Yes?
Yeah.
Right. But what I was getting at, when you look at the quality of the swimmers, where you think our medals or points will come from?
We're talking about the both point and medal.
Right. Where you think, in terms of the quality of the swimmers, where you think the age group, you have the 11 to 12, 13 to 14, 15 to 17, where you think the bulk of our medals and points will come from?
Oh, I think so that about the 15 and 17 and 18 and over.
Okay.
I think so about that.
So you're saying that Leanna will have to bring back a couple of gold medals in the backstroke?
We try. We're going.
Okay. And Leanna, what are you saying about that? How much gold medals are you bringing back? 8, 9, 10?
Well, the hope would be three gold medals, but seeing my position right now, I'm not sure of the gold, but it's always the aim.
Right.
Yes, and Benjamin and Matthew, you guys this is not your first time going into the Carifta game, so how are you going to motivate the other team members and keep yourself motivated as well, as you guys stay in the hotel room, interact, and go through the paces of the championship?
Eat good food.
Okay, good. Okay, yes.
Well,
Benjamin?
First of all, I think the most important thing is that they have a good time, and then also ensuring that they're focusing on their races, especially for the new people, that this is their first Carifta. They might get a little bit carried away by the occasion, but as a senior on the team, I have to ensure that they are focused, because obviously, as Coach Adolfo said, we want to win. So,
yes. And Leano, how is your training going in now? Now that Carifta is coming up, what is going to be the training going forward now? Is there going to be any adjustments in your strategy?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Are you going to be your training going forward now that we're getting ready for Carifta? Are you going to change? Are you going to do more sprint, more fast swimming and so forth, or are you going to be just going through the paces?
Well, I'm trying to do more sprints at the moment because I'm also trying for a national record. I'm currently 0.03 away from it.
Oh, okay,
So
wow,
my
yes.
aim is to work more on the sprints so that I can get that record first.
And what about as a backstroker in terms of your start? How do you think you lose time when you're pushing off? How was your start?
My start is actually not the best, nor is my finish. So I'm trying to work on those, especially since we just had squad training actually. So those are things that I intend to work on when I have the opportunity.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, let's go over back to Zoom where we have Carolyn Levy Powell. Carolyn, you're based in Florida, like we mentioned earlier. You swim for Coral Spring Club. Tell me how much or what's preparation like, and how much you think it would help you not swimming in Jamaica but swimming in Florida to compete against other Caribbean countries at the Caribbean Games. Carolyn?
A lot of yes.
Yes, go
Can
ahead.
you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay. Right now, I've been focusing on a lot of underwaters because since in Florida we're doing 25, not 50-meter pool, I've been trying to work my underwaters better. So when long course starts, I can keep my pace and my endurance, and then more endurance training.
Yes, and Carolyn, in terms of integrating into the team and so forth and feeling comfortable, how are you going to manage that space when you do get to the Bahamas?
Well, right now, I think me just realizing that I have trained for this and I've been swimming for a while, that even though I've been doing it a lot and it is a big competition, I have to remember it's just another race.
Yes.
And for me to stay focused and be calm and confident.
Okay, we're going to bring in two other swimmers now. Let me give Leanna Wainwright an opportunity just to say thanks to everyone who have assisted her in reaching so far, and I'm going to give Coach Adolfo the opportunity as well. But let me start with Leanna. Just to say thanks. I mean, mommy, daddy, me, everyone who would have assisted you in reaching thus far.
I would like to thank my coach. I'd like
Alex
to
Webby.
thank
Oh, that's the coach is Alex. Okay, go ahead.
my Coach Adolfo, my mother, my aunt, and my father. And you, thank you.
Okay, Coach, just giving you the opportunity to say thanks for the many support you would have received since coaching Sailfish, I think what you said since 2017? Within 2017. Just those who would have been there for you and supporting you.
So I have only tell you that thank you for everybody and thank you for everything that I did here in Jamaica, and I will try to do in my life here.
Okay, and let me go over to Carolyn Levy Powell, just to give her an opportunity to say thanks to those who have made it possible for her to reach where she is now. Carolyn?
Yeah. I just want to say thank you, especially to my coaches that's been with me since I was, one, that stuck with me through everything. Just my parents put in the work to bring me to practice every day, even though when they had work, bring me to school and everything. Yeah. Especially my Jamaica team for always being by my side. When a competition wasn't really that great, they're always there to cheer me on. Yeah. So thank you.
And your best friend, Alex Webby. Hello? Carolyn, you don't remember your best friend?
Oh, she's lost. Oh,
okay.
No.
Okay, so while we change swimmers, let me go back to Benjamin, one of Jacob's son. You have been on several national teams, Carifta, CC Pan Am Age Group Championships. You two, you're based in Montego Bay. You attend Cornwall College. Tell me what's the support like? We know when persons compete, students compete in athletics, track and field, football, basketball, cricket. We know the sort of support and excitement that surrounds them. What is like in your school community when you come back with gold or performance medal?
Well, obviously, support is, I'm grateful for all the support that I've received. Every time I come back from one of the national meets, my friends are always there. My family, my friends from school, as well as even the teachers, just there to congratulate me. And so I'm grateful for all of that. And then that also motivates me as well, to go and do better the next time I go and represent Jamaica. So.
Okay, great. And does Cornwall have a strong swimming culture, or it's more like an individual sport there?
It's building, we have a decent, it's growing, definitely growing.
Okay.
And President Kennedy, what's the support like at Wolmer's? Wolmer's would have won, I think it was the boys section at the recent championship, right?
Unfortunately, we came second to champion.
Okay.
But next school meet, which is next week, we're going to dominate them.
That's what you said last week, right? What's the reception like for yourself when the swimmers come back from a meet with all your medals?
So the teachers, they would hail me up. Sometimes I get away with things that I couldn't normally do. The swimmers in the other classes, they'd also big me up, and so as the other students.
Okay, so that's Matthew Kennedy, president of no. Well, we have two other swimmers that have joined us. I'm going to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. It's Kai Radcliffe and Zach Andre Johnson. Let me start with Kai. Just introduce yourself to.
Hello. I'm Kai Radcliffe, Jamaica's 100 breast age group record holder. Yeah, that's all.
Tony, you seem to put one whole heap of bass in his voice as if he's trying out for music, American Got Talent or something like that. But Zach Andre Johnson, introduce yourself and the events that you'll be participating in.
Alright, so my name is Zach Andre Johnson, and I think this is my third Carifta for Jamaica. And the events that I'll be doing this year are 100 back, 200 back, 400 IM, and 200 fly.
Okay, Zach, like you said, you're a senior on the team. That means the younger swimmers will be looking up to you. What are some of the advice, seeing that you would have competed on multiple national teams, what are some of the advice that you will give to the junior swimmers that will help to motivate them and help them to do as well as you do?
So first off, don't stress, because if you stress, it's going to affect the way that you swim, and always follow your coach's orders.
And Kai, you're one of the senior members, and of course you're a national record holder. How do you position yourself as a mentor and a motivator for the younger swimmers?
To be honest, it's all about not stressing, as Zach Andre said, and also to have fun while you're at it.
Have fun, okay. And what is your record? What is the actual record you have for the 100 breaststroke, you said?
That would have been 109.31.
Okay, and you did that when? 2022 or 2023?
2024.
Oh, this year. Okay, so you are in top form now. And
I'd say so.
And how are you? What is your strategy then going into Carifta? Are you planning to break it, equal it, smash it? Smash it. Okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure that the team also expects high expectations of me, as people are looking forward to 107, 106, 108.
So you in terms of how you swim, do you see where you can minimize the loss of speed in the water and so forth?
Yes, on what we call the back end, where it's the last 25 of 100, 200, so the last 25 of any race.
Yes.
Okay, Zach Andre, let's go over to you. You are a student at Jamaica College. Jamaica College would have finished third at the recent meet. Why third? You're not as good as Campion and Wolmer's?
We just started building up the other day, so everything takes time, and this is the most points we've ever had at a school meet. So.
Okay, and were you a big part of that point standing?
So what you're saying, like President Kennedy, next week JC will be winning that meet.
Yes, of course.
Okay, well, I guess we'll be having two firsts at the meet. But Zach, we have come to expect great things from you when you represent Jamaica at these meets. And we will be expecting something great from you. But what are some of the goals you would have set for yourself?
Well, I'm first year, so I'm not really expecting goals, but I know like there's chances I can medal and make finals. So.
Okay.
So, Mache, Kai don't look like he wants him on the team after that. Kai only one medalist on this team, right Kai?
True.
But tell me, competing over the years, for let me stay with you, Kyle. That's Sky Ratcliffe, one of our swimmers. Competing over the years, what are some of the fun experiences that you would have remembered? I mean, we spoke with Denny the other day. He was telling us about the ritual that the Bahamas team have where they save the swimmers here. What are some of the things, the fun things that stands out to you?
To be honest, the funniest thing is the Jamaican side when, we're just having fun. Like, I think it was 2022 where we were all troubling President Kennedy, about eating 8 cakes before our finals, and we were saying, boy, how medal and all those things. So, to be honest, it's just how Jamaican team has a vibe and carries it to other countries.
So President Kennedy, cake, that's your superfood?
Yes, it is. Greatest food in the world.
Oh, okay.
So if we want to win medals, that's what you have to eat.
Yes.
So that's what you're telling Zach Andre Johnson. So eat some cake before you swim.
Yes.
And Mr. Benjamin, what are some of your fun memories representing Jamaica at these various events?
Just as I said, having fun, meeting new friends from different Caribbean countries, and keeping in touch with them when we come back home. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, as Kai said, I just feel like the Jamaican team just brings a different sort of vibe, and I really enjoy it. Like all of the trips that I've been on, I can say that I've had fun, and it's been some of the most fun in my life. So I'm humbled to be on this team once again, and obviously this year I'm obviously going to try and perform better than last year. Try and make finals. There's chances there to medal as well, so I'll be bringing 100% to Bahamas this year.
Okay, as we wrap up, I'm going to go around the room and give each of you an opportunity, just as we gave Coach Adolfo and Liana, as well as Caroline, just to say thanks to all of us who would have made it possible for you to be here, for you to be on Jamaica, another national team, and to perform well. Let me start with you, Kai.
I'd like to say thank you ever so much to my mother, who has been my biggest supporter, my best friend. Even when I haven't done our best time, she'll say, all right, come Kai, next meet, you have it. I'd also like to say thank you to my different coaches. That would have been Coach Rapley, Coach Julian, and also Coach Alvaranga over the years. They have been mentoring me to be the best I can, mentally and physically. And also like to say thank you to all the Jamaican teams that have been on, and of course the ones who are in here, which would have been Kennedy, Zach, Benjamin, of course Adolfo, Coach Adolfo, and of course Liana.
Okay, and Zach, who you want to say thanks to?
So first, I like to say thanks to my parents for helping me and supporting me, and thanks to Coach Gillian. I work with her like most days, so I'm around there most of the time. And thanks to my physiotherapist. So.
And Benjamin?
So first of all, I would like to say thank you to my mom. She's been there from day one, ensuring that I'm at training, as well as my dad. He drops me to training sometimes, and he's always there to offer encouragement. But my mom has just been there, as I said. She's probably the reason why I'm still swimming. And then I would like to say thank you to all my different coaches over the years. Started with Auntie Rosie. She's the one who really got me to swimming, and now Coach Adolfo, who's taken me to where I am today. I'd also like to say thank you to my other family members who have always showed support throughout the years. They've always been there as well. And then finally, my friends who motivate me to do more. Yeah, that's it.
And President Kennedy?
So first, I'd like to say thank you to God, because without him, I wouldn't have been born.
Makes sense.
And then I want to say thank you to both my parents who have always been there from day one to support me. And I'd love to say thank you to all my coaches from ever since I was a baby. Coach Dyke, Coach Prince, Coach Marie, Coach Michael, and Coach Gillian. And I want to enjoy this scarf though, and medal.
Okay. Okay, we realize two things, Toniel. One, everybody thanking mommy. You know, she's an extra piece of chicken in the morning, right?
Yes. And mummies are standard, right? A lot of the work that goes into goes in at the background.
Them just want
extra food. It's definitely a mummy thing. But based on what everyone is saying, it sounds like our medal hopes are in great flippers' hands and swimmer hands, and so want to wish you guys all the best as you continue your preparations for the tournament, and Coach Adolfo as well.
But
for the great work.
None of them not come back because none of them to thank them best friend, but it's alright. So it seems like that's all the time we have for this evening. So that was our swimmers that will be representing Jamaica, as well as the coach that will be in charge of them over there in the Bahamas, representing Jamaica at the Carifta Swimming Championships later this month. Let me quickly remind you of today's scores in the English Premier League. Manchester United, they beat Everton 2-0. Buck up. Bournemouth and Sheffield United, they drew 2-2. Crystal Palace and Luton Town, they drew 1-1. Wolverhampton Wanderers, they beat Fulham 2-1. And Arsenal, they beat Brentford 2-1, moving to the top of the English Premier League. But just for now, because the Reds, they'll be playing Manchester City tomorrow, and they will demolish Manchester City and Anfield.
Greatest side in the country.
No. You see why he's the president. And West Ham, they'll go up against Burnley, and Brighton, they'll take on Nottingham Forest, and Aston Villa, they'll host Tottenham. That's tomorrow's English Premier League games. Let me just say thanks to everyone who made the show possible. Thanks to Wayne Walker, who has been over there at the J.C. Foster Classics at J.C. Foster College. Christopher Samuda, Ron Robinson, O'Neill Brown, Adolfo, Leon Wainwright, Matthew Kennedy, Kai Radcliffe, Benjamin Davis, Zach Andre Johnson, Noah Barrett. Well, we didn't get the Barrett, Carolyn Levy Powell. I'm Alex Raby. With me is Toniel Mullins, my co-host for the day.
Thank you for having me, Ari.
It's my pleasure. On the other side of the glass is my technical operator / production assistant. This is Alex Raby saying God bless, good night, and as usual, hope to see you in church on Sunday. And if you don't have a church to worship, you're welcome to worship with us at Tower Hill Missionary Church, 159 Olympic Way. God bless. Good night.
Bye.
Stop buying expensive toner cartridges. Global Ink is now selling new factory direct generic toners. Remove factory sales in